Rumble, rumble. Let's rumble. Come on, Grumble. Wow, Grumble is really being pokey. I don't know what Grumble's doing. Grumble is going back to a past stream. Okay. Sorry, I am trying to get my Rumble to figure out what it's doing. Rumble, what are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing, Rumble? How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the worst show you will ever see on YouTube. Rumble, maybe Rumble. Hey, there I am. What the hell Sinky is going on? Then it shows the screen it's not supposed to. Sorry. So, there. Well, okay. Now, I hope everything's up and running. Forgive me, I'm going to have to make sure my sound is running since I don't have... Hey, I am here. Woo. Apologize for my voice. Yes, it sucks like that all the time. And just to start off, damn, man. Damn, you don't fix missing this. This man, You know, this is pissing off a lot of America for many reasons. Even a lot of people who didn't know of Charlie Kirk, but now have gone and found out about him and watched him. You know, if the man had to go, at least it looks like maybe his death may serve to help a lot of things he fought for in his life that he wanted. Maybe more conversations. Maybe more people going to faith. Maybe more people going to be family oriented. Man, I don't think a lot of America's still past it, and boy, the lefties. Whew. Now, I said this on my last stream, and I know that some people, I got an email or two about this, but I actually think, and this is nothing, I am not glorifying. In fact, I am telling you to watch it for the opposite. I think everybody should see the Charlie Kirk assassination video. And I'm even going to say that I think how about this? Anybody over the age of 18 should. Anybody over the age 18 should maybe see the close-up once. It needs to be seen because too much of this, too much of the bad, too much of what happens after somebody commits a crime is hidden from us. Court processes we don't get to see much of. Somebody put in jail. Some BS like that. We don't see it. It's something happens. Well, this was caught in unfortunate 4K video from multiple angles for everybody to see. And I think it's something we should all see because it should stir anger. It should make your stomach sick. It should leave a oh my God impression. It should bring tears. It should bring out the phrase never again. This cannot be allowed. I know. No. And it should bring to really just the horrendousness of it should hammer in our heads. No more of this. And I'm not using the word gaslighting. It's not gaslighting. They are lying to us. They've been lying to us. The left is still out there trotting out the right is more violent. Look at these statistics. Well, since my last stream, we've come out to people breaking down those statistics. People a lot better than me that have staffs. Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, some people on X really breaking this down. You know? Funny, they left out all the George Floyd riots. The Summer of Love was left out. Yeah. The Washington, D.C. attack on the White House was left out. Where the leftist walked up to a Trump supporter on the street, saw a Trump ad, hey, we got a Trump voter, and blew him away. That wasn't included. The mass school shooting that Crowder busted out. They left that out. They tried to lie and hide that. All these stats left out. Tell me again who's the violent ones? Screw that. We're not playing this game. We are not playing this game. This is crap. You go and leave all these out. You are cherry picking like crazy. When a black person kills a Mexican person, guess what? They consider that right violence. Yeah. Go look for yourself. Look how they make these numbers. I'm sorry if you're going to go, well, show me. I'm sorry, I'm not Steven Crowder. I will not show you all of my sources. Go look at his channel. He's got some of these. I'm just me. I don't have a couple $1 million behind me, and I'm not picking on him for it. Damn, he worked for it. I will disagree with Steven Crowder in one thing. I am happy to, I know it's tough. It's easy for me to say, and even Tim Pool saying, well, I'm done doing these events unless we can get this exactly. Charlie Kirk knew the risk he was taking. He knew what could happen. He knew how wrong things could go. He was very aware, and he still went out. I'm not going to call names to anybody that won't go out there. In fact, I hear Megyn Kelly's still going to go out and do her stuff. Yeah, there's going to be security out the ass. Crazy amounts of security. But, man, she's going out and doing it. And I understand Tim has got a new child, and it's not easy. The guy's been swatted so many more times than he can count. He gets threats. He has to have a compound almost to live in or work in. Yeah, he's got a family. It's easy for somebody else to say. You know, nobody want to come hear me talk. This proves it right here. But I don't like, I hope too many people on the center and the right do not back down. We need voices to still get out there. I hope that somehow people like Crowder, Crowder should restart his Prove Me Wrong. I don't care if he has to do it inside, by get people coming in through metal detectors and everything in an auditorium. I would be fine with that. And maybe do it the exact way Charlie Kirk did. People who attack Charlie Kirk, F you. I'm trying to be a little nicer here. The man would call you to the front if you didn't like him or disagreed with him. He would call you to the front. Show me the leftists doing the same thing. They can't. When they disagree, when Charlie Kirk or somebody on the center or right disagrees, and people get on me, I always say center or right. Why do you say that? Because I don't consider myself a right person. I follow a lot of center people. In fact, I follow some center slightly left. But center and right don't do this crap. Center and right have conversations with everybody. It's the left that when they disagree, though, they won't call you up front. They'll stand you in front of a bullet. Or throw things at you, or stab you, or cement milkshake. So, yeah, there is a difference. There's equivocating about violence. Go look up the stats. And here's my easy answer. I don't want to seem disrespectful to Charlie and his family here. Damn. So I'm going to get them off the screen here and kind of go there for a little bit. I'll leave it right there. You can read those little comments, but yeah. Boy, I kind of got lost, but here's what I do when I answer people a lot of times. I argue a lot on Facebook for some reason. I don't know why. When they said, this right-leaning violence, and I start listing off all the leftist violence. I list it all off, and I always head them off at the pass. Don't you dare come at me with J6, because I'm going to stop you right there, Sparky. May 28th, 29th, 2020, Washington, D.C. leftist riots and the leftist insurrection attack on the White House. Broke down fences at the White House. Burned guard posts. 200 plus Washington, D.C. Capitol Police and Secret Service were injured. Many badly. Some never went back to work. The president had to be put in a bunker. They burned a church. I mean, what in the hell? So there, J6 is done. Then we start listing off all the trans shootings and attacks on schools. Show me the right-leaning people. I know it sounds like a rerun from my last stream, but we'll move on. But show me the right-leaning people walking into schools with insane right-leaning shit scribbled on their gun barrels to blow away children. You don't see it. Yeah. On the barrels or bullets. Multiple times now this crap's happened. Show me the right-leaning people driving through crowds of people. Oh, a lot of people have forgotten about that one in Wisconsin. Purposely drove through crowds of people. Well, that one got swept under. The Hortman thing, we already debunked that on here. And now, I'm starting to see other people. Welcome to the club there. Some of the bigger pundits. I debunked that before. Now they're out there talking about the Hortman thing. How that dude blamed, in his own manifesto, blamed Tim Walz. And he had a bunch of right-leaning, left-leaning stuff in his car. And, as I showed on here, pictures of him with other lefties wearing their little shirts. Resist. So we're done with this. The violence. You start listing for any of these people who try to say, well, these stats. List stuff now. And then you say, find me the right-leaning equivalents. They can't. They will run away, start calling your names. Yeah. Or if they're in public, be careful. They may take a swipe at you. I will tell you this right now. Anybody center or right out there needs to get their head on a swivel. These people aren't getting better. This was a lot. Even I was wondering when this first happened, will this calm things down? Will people on the right go, ugh, on the left, sorry, go, oh my God, what have we done? This is too far. Some it has, but a lot of them, it's not a red light, it's a green light. It's a go. Now they're out there. It just gave them the, well, it's happened. Poof, let's go. It's happening. Now they want more. They see the justification. They see it's okay. So yeah, but we are going to move on a little bit here. We're going to go into Jimmy Kimmel, but we cannot let them run away from what happened to Charlie Kirk and how they've amped this up. The media included for 11 plus years. And anytime somebody tells you, well, Trump should tone his rhetoric down. Screw you. You guys started this attacking rhetoric with Trump right when he came down the escalator and declared his first run for president. That man went from darling of the world, especially in this country. The left loved him. He was a celebrity. Everybody loved him. Suddenly, poof. Racist. Works with Russia. Putin's little butt puppet. Colbert. This is stupid. Tone it down. Screw that. We've had 11 years of it. How do you tone down on the right when it's the left pulling bullets into people? I don't think the rhetoric here, the rhetoric on the left is always been much higher than on the right. And the bullets flying are coming from the left too. So, don't think you're going to fix that. Hey, Martino. There are people questioning that, Martino. It's not the autopsy. I'm not going to go that deep into that. But there are people questioning stuff. It's not any of what you're listing that I'm worried about. I have two tinfoil hat things. Okay, one maybe not two tinfoil. It's pretty mainstream. Two tinfoil hat things. Nah, I'm going to say one. Okay, one tinfoil hat thing is, boy, on this stream and other streams, in the times right after it happened, we were looking at a lot of pictures of the perpetrators while they're trying to find him. I still, to this day, look at some of those and think some of those images were of two different people. I am wondering if it wasn't just him, if it was his furry boyfriend also. Now, I mean furry because he's got too much body hair. Well, I don't even really know you. But, I think there's a possibility of that. But also, now this one's more mainstream. And they have a good reason why. A lot of people, oh my God, that text conversation doesn't sound like the way Gen Z talks. Well, yeah, but sometimes there are two possibilities on that. One, it was transcribed because, yeah, they ain't going to go out with a Gen Z thing with all of its little abbreviations, catchwords, and everything else and put that out for everybody's consumption. Half people in the world are going, what the hell does that mean? I can't read that. What the hell? So they transcribed it to actual English. The other theory is that the whole conversation was a setup. Where this J-hole, and I'm not using his name on purpose. I don't want to give this dinkus any more press. But this J-hole may have been doing this to cover up, to give his boyfriend an out, to make sure that he was clear. And it may have been a setup between them in the first place. That is the other part of it. I am wondering if that is the one. But I'm not going to dig into any autopsy issues on Kirk or none of that unless I really saw some big shit to really talk about. So, but we're going to move on a little. I hopefully nobody. You gotta. This is a saying, YouTube. You've got to keep the left's feet to the fire on this. Stop letting them dance around on this. All right. So but I will say this. Look at this right here. You would think, oh no. Democrats will not stop the dangerous rhetoric. They want conservatives to be assassinated. At this point, you got to say they do. There is no way to hide from this. The head of one of the nation's largest teachers unions is back to calling conservatives fascists and authoritarians and making comparisons to the 1930s, 40s Germans. Just days after, Turning Point Charlie Kirk was, so. Randy Weingarten, boy, she's a great one. Jeez Louise. How you doing anyway today, Martino? Everybody's confused because I'm online early, which is funny because a lot of people ask me to come online early. And this is not a shot. I know I'm a nobody, but everybody, I get emails, people in my chat have told me, earlier. So I do it and then nobody shows up. But if I go on at 2, 3 a.m. So, okay. But yeah, Randy Weingarten is back to saying stuff. There's others saying crap. If we get time after the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, maybe we'll come back. Man, I am unsure of what order I want to do this in. Which you can tell I don't have a producer or anything. Yeah, they've been ramping up their rhetoric for damn near 10 years. I'd say 11 years at this point. Yeah, now we're at the point where assassinations are common. Meanwhile, CNN and MSNBC are already trying to blame right-wing rhetoric. Of course they were. They did it instantly. It doesn't matter. Besides, they tried to lie about it. First, they tried to lie. And then when they couldn't get away with the lie, now they're just trying to say, well, the right is more violent. The right needs to turn down the temperature. Not really. Not really. Okay, so I think we're gonna, let's see, did I have, oh, here's a good video we'll look at real quick. And we'll move on right after this. We'll go to Jimmy, but this one thing here, this one video over Jay Plemons. The violence is not new. The left has been attacking Trump supporters for close to a decade. I say over a decade. The attack started almost right after Trump announced his run. Remember, the original red hats were getting people beat up almost instantly. Yeah. Suddenly, Trump loved Russia. So this is just a little bit of the violence. And look, Washington, D.C., 2017. The problem I'm having is, in these videos, just like what's going on right now, there is no empathy from the left. It's just like, yay, you punch. I'm like, hee. Everybody's cameraing. That's the problem with the left. There's something wrong. I'm going to come right out and say, probably 25 to 35% of all lefties are the people that would have been in the insane asylum, the homes for the violently mentally ill, before we closed too many of those. Prove me wrong. You notice how brave they are in groups?
Yeah, he should be good.
This is nuts. I'm gonna turn it down just because of the music.
That's when milkshaking is not milkshaking, and I think that's how insidious this whole act is. On the outside, it does look like someone's just dumping a drink on you. What's the problem? You don't know who this person is. You don't know what they're throwing at in your face, in your eyes. And that act is meant to terrorize an individual, and that it's being done to a political person in your country, I think speaks to the state of democratic culture here.
Yeah,
why? Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
It's just nuts.
My daughter.
What happened? I'm a reporter. What happened?
My daughter.
Are you okay?
I can't even do
This
it.
goes on and on and on.
What happened to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can skip through. It's just time after time. And they're in groups. See, it's always a group. Yeah. This is not the party of testosterone, guys. I would recommend going over to Jay Plemons right here and looking at this whole one. I've played it before. Like I said, I know I'm sounding like I'm backtracking a little, but it's just, man, this thing is still hanging. This is going to hang in our consciousness for a long time, and it should. All right, let's get to our jackass of the night. Jimmy Kimmel. Was Jimmy Kimmel's suspension identified or justified? Yeah. Yes, totally justified. Jimmy Kimmel removed over Charlie Kirk insult. Boy, I'm having a hard time not using the F-bombs. Wow. I was just trying to see how long I could go with that one, but fuck that. Insult? It's not the insult. This is the biggest thing a lot of people are missing. It has nothing to do with insulting Trump. Jeez Louise, if that was what it took, these people have been insulting Trump for 11 years. Much worse than an insult this was. No, this was just a freaking lie. And a lie that, God, you don't hear enough people coming up with this. I'm not that smart. I don't know why some people avoid this. They want to go so far and just stop. Sorry, my mouse is caught there. They are not getting the right message from what happened to Jimmy Kimmel or what he did. My opinion is that what he was doing was incitement. He was blatantly, lying. An insult to Trump. F you. Trump has been insulted in the last 11 years, probably more times than I can even count the zeros on the distance from here to Neptune. If you measure it in inches. Yeah, it's an insult. Yeah, out of all the millions of insults in the last 11 years, Trump said, oh, that's it, Jimmy. I'm taking you down. That was one. That was that was the hair that broke the Trump wig. Don't come at me, guys. Jay Watterson, what is up, my friend? So what people are not getting out of this is what he said, especially in the climate of when he said it, was incitement to violence. He was telling the left tards out there that didn't know better, the dumb sheep, he's going, yeah, it's the right. See, the right. Oh, booga booga, the Trump people, the MAGA people. They offed one of their own. They are so insane, they offed one of their own. You want to incite the left, who's already willing to go out and attack Trump people? So I was playing a little bit of that video. They are already nutty enough to attack. When you tell them that Trump supporters or the right are so insane and evil, they will take out one of their top guys, what do you think's going to happen? That's going to make the smooth-brained lefties think that, holy crap, they're so insane, we really got to step it up. It's incitement. And besides that, it's just giving the nutcases that do know he was lying, because they don't give a rat's because of hate, just gives them cover. He was inciting violence in any way you look at it. And what do you guys in the chat think? I know there aren't many of you here, which once again, as I laugh, everybody wants me to do early streams. When I do them, even with advance warning, I get half as many people or less. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. What do you think? I think it's incitement. And by the way, oh my God, Trump took him down. Harry Sisson. I always say you gotta look at the other side and pay attention to everything so you know what's coming at you. Hey, maybe once in every 10 years, Harry Sisson might say something I can agree with. Find that common ground. In fact, I'd like to see a lot of us use that. Charlie Kirk was always, see if I can find some common ground. And like Charlie Kirk, if I had people in my chat, if I had a channel that had that many people, I would say, anybody that disagrees with me, ask a question in the chat, as long as we can have a real discussion, a good faith discussion, which, as some of you guys know, that's not what you normally get. But I love this. Harry Sisson, Rolling Stone is now confirming, wait for it, wait for the wording here, is now confirming what we all knew happened with Jimmy Kimmel's show. According to their reporting, executives at ABC and Disney didn't think Kimmel said anything outrageous. Bullshit. Even the executives, I'm telling you right now, the executives and the lawyers at ABC and Disney went, oh, F, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. They were slamming down Alka-Seltzer and Tums as soon as they saw that. It's like, oh, God, he did not. Yes. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah. So, Harry, you're lying. Lying right there. Didn't think Kimmel said anything outrageous, but they feared retaliation from Trump. This is a blatant attack on free speech. No. No, it isn't. He was free to say it. You have free speech to say stuff. Doesn't mean you're free of consequences. Ha, we'll get there. Don't get ahead of me, Jay Watterson. I know how you are. Jay Watterson liked to read my mind and didn't jump ahead of me 2 steps. But Harry was okay with the canceling in the past. See? All I do is look over to the chat. Back it down to my level, man. I'm slow. But no, that's where I was going. We'll get there. But this is Rolling Stone. In the hours leading up to the decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel, ready? 2 sources familiar with the matter say senior executives at ABC, its owner Disney, and affiliates convened emergency meetings to figure out how to minimize the damage. Multiple execs felt that Kimmel had not actually said anything over the line. Multiple? How many multiple more thought he did? See the wording here? 2 sources familiar with the matter. What sources? Who? 2 sources familiar with the matter. All that means is that could be me or you. That could be Harry. Harry's familiar with the matter. All that means is, well, Jimmy's being taken off and I don't like it and I'm familiar with the matter. That's it. I'm a source. My cat over there saw this tweet and now he's familiar with the source. 2 sources. It's nobody real. It's anybody that even heard about it. He can say anything he wants and multiple execs. My ass. I answered back. I said, I smell shite. But yeah, what a crap load. By the way, 2 very large companies that run multiple channels, including in my area, the Quad Cities, were saying they weren't running Kimmel's show anymore. They're done. They're like, we're going to air Charlie Kirk memorial over it. And then they were going to run other stuff. They're like, nah. I don't think they had a choice but to pull Kimmel. In fact, his contract was up next year anyway, and they lose money on his show. Do you really think they were going to renew his contract? Nope. I think they just took the chance because the morals clause in his contract, all of them have it, and just said, we're going to get out now. Hey, we'll save $30-40 million or more, and we'll get out from under this going, hey, we did something right. Do I think they were upset? The only reason ABC Disney was upset is because they didn't want the backlash, and they were going to lose money because people didn't want to carry the show anyway. So the advertisers weren't going to be paying for that. They can put on reruns of Home Improvement and do better than what that was going to do. By the way, Home Improvement was a better show. Or Last Man Standing. Haha. So they didn't give up rats. They just were mitigating the damage. Had nothing to do with Trump taking them down. Oh, Trump did it. Ah, shut up. Let's see. The Bill of Rights is a list of restrictions on the government. Yeah, 100%. It is. And you free speech. I think, oh my God, how dare you? Well, hey, as Jay Watterson said, they had no problem canceling anybody when it was the other way around. Let's see. Crisp. Harry thinks the shooter was not alt-left. Well, yeah, Crisp. So does Destiny. And talk about, boy, Hassan Piker has got to have skid marks of an 18-wheeler locking his brakes up in his pants right now. Because the Twitch people are being called to Congress to testify about how they've let people like Hassan Piker on there. Hassan Piker, who said, I'm not going to play, well, maybe we'll play the video where he said, you got to stab them, you got to gut them, see their entrails spill out. Shit. Kidding me. So yeah, Crisp, yeah. The gun shells prove without. Well, did you? I don't know if you guys. Oh, okay. Destiny said, well, that they and oh God, I forgot his name. Who's on that panel on Pierce Morgan? He does the Crucible. Oh my God, I watched the guy too, but he caught him. And he goes, the bullets were scribbled with the trans ideology and this furry stuff and everything. And he goes, but that wasn't the bullet he shot him with. Who gives a shit? So that one just wasn't queued up to be the kill bullet? That's his only thing that he had to fall back on? Wow. How you doing tonight, Crisp? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. That the bullets alone, let alone the fact, yeah, as we said on my last stream, yeah, there's a lot of right-leaning guys dating trans furries. Yeah, tons of that going on. And then scribbling all this crazy shit on bullets and going and shooting people. The left is still desperate to somehow spin away from this, and they are trying everything. First they lied. Oh, it's not. It's right. Even the guy's own mom and dad are going, yeah, no, he turned left about a year or two ago insanely. We tried, but he went nutso. His friend said the same thing. But yeah. Do you think the Moss 4D was involved? Now, Moss 4D, was that the Mossberg? You talk about the weapon used? Is that what you're talking about? Andrew Wilson, thank you, Crisp. Dang. Yeah, Andrew Wilson nailed that Destiny. Oh, he did such a good job on that. Destiny is just a hateful little weasel. There's something wrong with that dude. I mean, I've always thought he was like a little squirrel high on angel dust. But he's whacked. Seriously whacked. Mossad. Oh, no, I don't. No, we're not. Do not go Candace Owens on me. Dude, Candace Owens, I know some of you guys may disagree with me, but I do not see a Jew behind every tree or every assassination in the world. I mean, damn. Somebody's calling me and I don't know who it is. Huh? Well, I'm not answering it. I'm on live anyway, so why would I do that? But no, I do not think it's the Mossad. I'm not laughing at you. I know everybody's got their, hey, you know what? A year from now, we could be talking, I'd be going, oh shit, Mossad. I don't think so, though. I don't see a Jew behind every tree, behind every problem, behind everything. Someday, if I'm proven wrong, I'll be like, oh crap. The Jews had me. They lulled me. Crisp, I don't even use that phrase. You say gaslighted, it's lied. Gaslighted is a lefty phrase. They dug that up and used that old phrase because it sounds better than just lied. Gaslighting. We're just gaslighting you. Just a little gaslighting happened. Bullshit. There's so much gaslighting now, dude. This is worse than lighting a whale fart after the whale eats 8,000 tons of Taco Bell in one sitting. It's just lied. Do not let them play these words. You know, boys can be girls and girls can be boys. I can be a furry. I can identify as a kitty cat. I can identify as a dog. I need a litter box at school. Words don't mean that. Changing words is not gaslighting, it's lying. Hey, Rebexy. Dude, Jay Watterson. Let me tell you, there is a... I'm not going to call anybody out. There's a light in the loafers person at a gym in my area. Here, who walks around with looks like a little raccoon tail hanging out of his purse and has another optional different furry tails hanging out of the back of his clothing while working out. Shit. Shit. I'll tell you what, after everything's gone on, especially kind of carrying a purse around in the gym, my head, I watched that person. Yeesh. So now, my furry tendencies, my furry tendencies are, I see a furry, I'm watching you. Your little ODFS. But yeah, Martino, good. I don't even like that word gaslighting. Don't let them use it. I don't care if it's somebody you agree with, somebody on the right. You go, no, it's a lie. It's a lie. Not gaslighting, lie. Hell, also, it's shorter. Gaslighting, lie. And a lot of people think they know what gaslighting means, but a lot of people don't even know what gaslighting means. But they know what lie means. The left likes to obfuscate. So, yeah. See, I don't want to go back to the Charlie Kirk. These people are nuts. But what Jimmy Kimmel did is he out and out lied. What am I after here? Sorry, I'm trying to find... I had the exact thing to play, and I somehow have lost it. Bernie Sanders, Sisson. No, come on. What did I do with it? I had the exact thing he did, and I lost it. That's something we could discuss here in a little bit. Good grief. This is what you get when you have just me doing this, guys. Oh, fine. We'll just do it this way. I don't want that. I don't want to put them on the screen. That's just, I don't know. Showing his family seems a little off at times. Sorry, guys. My mic is in the way. Jimmy Kimmel's speech got his show canceled. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Now, hang on, guys. I hope I got this loud enough. And I'm sure you guys have all heard it. But just in case, I don't want somebody to go, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, let me try here. So, this is as loud as it's going to go, guys. If it blows your ears out, do this, do this. No, don't do this. Just say turn it down. YouTube watches. Hey, there are a lot of thumbs down. Shit.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between...
How you doing tonight, Urbexy? Sorry, let me restart that.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points.
Okay, when Jimmy Kimmel said this, the facts were out. We knew this guy was a lefty. They knew. They knew he had the trans boyfriend. We knew the furry connection. We knew the stuff on the bullets. It was known, and he still come out and said this. I'm not going to say that Jimmy Kimmel's captured. He's just a nice guy who fell in something. No. To come out and do this with all the info out there, he's an evil, hateful prick. You do not hate the media enough. He knew he was lying. He hates so much that he blatantly lied to America. Well, the few people watch his show, which are all lefties mostly, lied to them. Lied blatantly. Has nothing to do with the shot he took at Trump. It is that this here can incite violence. He is telling everybody on the left that doesn't know the facts. The dum-dums out there that just hear, oh my God, and they watch these idiots go, oh my God, it was a MAGA person. They are so nuts now, these MAGA people. They are shooting their own. Oh my God, they're that crazy. We got to get them. We better take them down for our protection. Or they will think you're so crazy. They see you walking down the street in this or red hat or a Trump t-shirt or something. They will automatically feel they have to protect themselves from you. They will feel, oh my God, it's not one of those insane people. I'm protecting myself. He was inciting violence, and I think there's a part of me thinks he knew it. That's just my opinion. But in my opinion, he knew he was inciting violence because these people hate so deeply. He would throw the death of a family man who just wanted to talk, lie about it to incite more violence. Jesus, but it had nothing to do with the joke against Trump.
From it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
Now, this was a little much. This was not a good joke, but yes. But they did. I'm not sure. You guys in the chat may know. Probably Jay Watterson will know. There was allegations out there that this was an AI doctored thing, that the actual video clip was from something like a year or so before, and they put other word over it or something and did some clipping, that it wasn't even real, and they're trying to make Trump say something, which I have no problem with free speech until you are, this is a death, a murder, an assassination, and you are lying to people, which once again could cause violence. Then you are making them think Trump is even more evil by just, hey, look at my ballroom. Oh.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
Keep in mind, once again, this word, I think that is the gamer, one of those gamer words you can't say on YouTube, so I'm going to back off. This snapperhead, this jackwagon knows he's lying and knows, I personally, opinion, thinks he is trying to incite more violence. Pure hatred.
Demolition.
I'll finish the clip and get with you guys.
Construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once.
When I heard it, I was...
Now, here's my problem. It's not that funny over what he's talking about. And the people cackling are the worrisome people. That's who he's reaching out to. Those cackling people know the facts and don't give an F because of hate, or they don't know the facts, but now will think Trump people are even more insane, and Trump's more insane.
I was in the midst of, building a great, for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom at the White House, right? They don't have a ballroom. They have to use tents on the lawn for President Xi when he comes over. If it rains, it's a wipeout. And so I was with the architects. What
was the whole conversation? What was the whole conversation? Seriously, what was the whole conversation? Just pull something out where they were actually done talking about the Charlie Kirk thing. In fact, if I remember, I've seen the whole video, and they did talk about that, and then this was later on. He's acting like, well, he's ignoring the whole Charlie Kirk question. Shut up.
And they came in, they said, Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, he was dead. Charlie Kirk was shot.
Just shock.
And they thought he was dead because it was so horrific, And I said, dead.
And then we installed the most beautiful chandelier.
He didn't say that. But my problem is the first part where he out and out lied. The first little bit. This first bit where he just said it was a right-leaning person. It was MAGA. That's the part that bothers me. All right, let me catch up. Urbexy, did I say hi to you, Urbexy? How's it going? You're up late, buddy. Ryan Jones, what is up? Hey, yeah, I'm trying. I had comments in the chat. I had emails. And I said I'm trying, guys. It's just funny because my late streams always get more people. And I know I'm streaming across Tim Pool right now, which, well, some people don't like him anyway, so maybe I can draw those people. I don't know. Let's see here. Rebecca, one of the shells had a lot of engraving for size of a 30-aught. Want to see an image of that. Those are good size shells, though. And depending on what you're doing, you can put a lot on them. 30-aught is decent. And, you know, also, Rebecca, if they transcribed the text conversation over to actual English at a Gen Z text speech, which, honestly, I'm decently up on my tech. I still will mess up people older than me by using the word pwned. You know, Attack of the Show back in the day, video gaming lingo, stuff like that. But, oh, good grief. Virus protection. Go away, Windows. I love how it loves to do this. They tried to restart my computer just as I hit go live, too. Hey, we're going to do an update. No. So I'm not worried about them putting that stuff on there. And I'm betting when the trial, we're going to see it. It's all going to come out. It's all going to be out there. So, yeah. You can get a lot of that stuff on there. And the very fact that I don't know, man, this is just still so stupid for Charlie Kirk to have died this way. Ah, dang. It was the goofiest narrative that the left has possibly... Yeah, well, Ryan, I know, but they've never had pushback. The right are so flaccid in their response. The right is always like, slow down, lefties. Let's not cause too much trouble. Okay, you're being mean, but we're not going to respond in kind because we're better than that. You can only play better than that so long. When the other side cheats, steals, and perforates you, if you don't respond forcefully, legally forcefully, in kind, you're effed. And I think this has woken up enough average people and enough righties to go, screw that. To do like what Crowder said. I don't know if you guys heard Stephen Crowder said, I'm all for violence. And he gave context, YouTube, legal violence in defense. No more flaccid defense. That's it. Not going out and attacking somebody. But I have to ask a quick question. Actually, I'm going to finish Ryan's comment here, then I will. But yeah, the left has not felt consequences. They haven't. When has any left-leaning pundit or speaker had to have insane amounts of security? When have you heard the lefties getting doxxed, getting, their house swatted? You don't. It's center and right people. When's the last time somebody got punched for, if they even exist, a Biden hat, an Obama hat, a Kamala hat, or shirt, or the 5 bumper stickers you ever saw in your life that had that? It doesn't happen. Trump hats, that started almost as soon as Trump started running. Trump shirts, Trump stickers. I still got a bird up here at my local grocery store. When I pulled in and some guy went by me, they parked and they looked, and I could see them look. They looked at my sticker, my Trump Vance sticker, and went, gave me the birdie and drove on by. It's like, you jerk. So they don't feel consequences. They have put out insane rhetoric and insane stories for 11 years. Russia, Russia, Russia. Insane crap, and they've always gotten away with it. People just went for it. And now for some lefties, seeing what happened to Kirk in 4K, multiple angles, woke a few of them up. They went, oh, screw this. Screw this. And to those people, I'm glad. I'm glad you really woke up. That you're truly awake and got away from the woke. But yeah, it is a crazy narrative. And Ryan, they pushed it so hard. They pushed it and pushed it. Even when the facts are out there. Destiny on Piers Morgan. Holy F. Holy F, man. That was nuts. I couldn't believe that, how he kept it going. But Andrew Wilson really nailed him. I haven't looked into that clip, so I don't know if it's real. Which one, Jay Watterson? Jay Watterson, did you... Okay. Oh, the clip? Okay. Sorry. I got to catch up to my own self. Okay, yeah, because that was an allegation for a while. But even if it wasn't, I have no problem with that part. It's stupid. It's out of context. It's on purpose. Does anybody remember when late night shows used to just be funny? If they picked on anything political, it was both sides. You know? There's a reason nobody gives a rat's ass about these guys. Even I know some people that are actual Democrats, not lefties, actual Democrats, that are tired of the Trump bashing. Like, geez, can't I turn on anything without, Trump, 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 Trump. They're like, I don't like the guy, but holy crap, come on, you're going to make me vote for him just to shut these people up. How do you copy a link to a post in X? I think these three little dots. Right there. Yep, right there. Add, remove, block. View post engagement. Okay, maybe not. Oh, come on. I can't remember. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. And now I can't remember how to do it. Brain damage. I don't want to hit anything on the screen is my problem. Well, there you go. Martino Berto got it. There you go. You got it, bud. But yeah, it was a goofy narrative. I don't know. I can't believe how long they hung on to it. And now the narrative they're hanging on to is the right is the violent ones. Like I said a little bit ago, force them to tell you the violent acts from the right. And when they say J6, freebie for everybody, I keep telling you this, go May 28th, 29th, Washington, D.C., attack on the White House, the leftist insurrection on the White House. You go, boom, negated. Move on. Find the next right-leaning. And they go, Hortman? You go, nope. There's pictures of this guy wearing his Resist shirt with arm in arm with other Democrats. And by his own words, he blamed Tim Walz. Yep, because Tim Walz did shit that screwed him over. So, and his car was full of leftist flyers. So then you tell them, okay, move on. And then you can list all the school stuff, all the trans stuff, all the walking up at Trump supporters is blowing them away. You got tons. Let's see. Let me see here. Let me see what Martino posted. I've got to open it up over here. Maybe. Maybe I am. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Ah. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not digging into that tonight. I still don't. I'm just, for now, Martino, I don't believe it. I'm just not the Jew behind in every tree type person. I can't. And he was actually very supportive of the war and supportive of Israel. He only had a few questions. So for every one of those, you can find tons of times where he supported them. All right. The FBI is half lefty, and even they can't cover up the simple facts. The left, the FBI, the leftist FBI, I do feel bad for Cash and Dan Bongino because they are fighting deep state actors, horrendous people. Remember, the FBI helped work with Trump. The FBI had an office in Twitter and was telling people, oh, this is information, take this down. Oh, the laptop. No. Yeah, they really stood against the people for a long time. So and there's a lot of them in there. And my purifier just went nuts. Sorry if you guys can hear that. If you guys can hear that and that's bothering in the mic, let me know. Hopefully this mic's isolation is doing a good job. But yeah, the FBI is nuts. They are crazy. I will look more into... I'm going to hold off any reservations. I just know that Candace Owens and some people have gone way too nuts, way too fast, way too instantly on this Israel stuff. And my problem with it is this needs to be pinned right where it was. This is lefties. This kid is a pure lefty. His parents have given a history of how he changed, what changed him, and it wasn't Israel. There's a long history, 2 years or so, of this guy, his downfall into the left, his involvement with the trans cult, the furry stuff. He just delved into the leftist world. So I do not want to let the left out from under this, and we shouldn't, because they wiggle out of all of this. They've been amazing. If nothing else, they've been amazing at wiggling out of stuff. They should not get away from this. And the problem is, when we play games with this Israel stuff, I'm not going to say it's false right now, but I'm going to say there's a damn better chance than not that it's BS. When we push that too much, we're giving the lefties a way out. We cannot. When this guy's own family and friends and neighbors are saying you could see the decline. It wasn't Mossad they're doing it. It was he fell in with his trans boyfriend and all the trans world stuff and the Trump hate. He got involved in the Trump hate. They talked about that like crazy too. Well, not like crazy. The statements we have had from family and friends. And some of the messages they've gleaned and everything else. It was not a quick downfall. It wasn't just a ooga booga. I'm just not going there. And I don't want to let the left out of this. We shouldn't. They did this. This is all the crap they've been pushing on us. This is no different than the trans school shootings, the church shootings, the other trans violence. This is no different than any of the other leftist violence. The walking up to Trump supporters, go, hey, Trump hat, boom. We cannot let them wander away from this by going, but the Jews. No. If the Jews are going to take out somebody, they'd take out somebody different than that. It wouldn't be Charlie Kirk, because he stood too much for helping them. I mean, that's like, it's a saying, YouTube, that's like shooting yourself in the foot, isn't it? Let's see, Destiny is whack. Yeah, Destiny is a lunatic. Destiny is, and that name, I can't call him Destiny. Destiny sounds like a trans stripper name. Have you met Destiny? Hi, boys. Ah, you know. That's a Destiny. No, it's Stephen Bonnell. Stephen Bonnell. He looks like a Stephen. Of course, Stephen Crowder. But yeah, let's see. He was very supportive until the last few months. Yeah, you question, but somebody already did a video montage on that. I saw where they're like, okay, we're gonna stop this Jew thing. They did a montage on. Yeah, he had a few questions, but he wasn't going off. As there are many other people they take out first, like maybe Candace Owens. If you're gonna take somebody down who's against you and has a monster platform, it'd be Candace. Just saying. Not saying to do it, YouTube. Just saying. If you're gonna do something like that, if it's the Jews behind the trees, they'd be going, yo, I want candy. That's just me. A split palette personally instead of eyeballs, cash would be it. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you right now. People have heard me on the stream say, Cash, I don't have the same respect for him I had. Dan Bongino, more. But man, that guy looked like a prisoner in that one video. Many vids show 50 shot came from not from. I'm not doing the JFK stuff yet. I'm not doing it yet. I'm just not doing it yet. Tyler's a patsy. I disagree. But guess what? Unlike lefties, we can have a disagreement. We can chat. And the funny thing is, I think if I use the Charlie Kirk phrase, let's try to find common ground, I'll bet we can all say, yeah, this is bullshit. What Jimmy Kimmel did was bullshit. But I'm not going there, but, and hey, Jay Watterson knows, you feel free to throw them flip-flops at me if it comes out I was wrong. I don't think he's a patsy. I think it's too documented by family, friends, neighbors, what was going on. This wasn't hidden. There's a failure all around here on the family and the friends. I feel bad about kind of throwing them under that, but there's a failure. When you are a conservative family and you see somebody falling and changing like that and getting with this cult and then the Trump hate and all this stuff, if you saw tendencies, there's no way there weren't tendencies or something that would have scared the ass hairs off these people before he took this action. The fact that nobody reported anything. And there's another, I think we're going to find out there were a lot of signs. And even the family, if we find out the family tried to get help and nobody did anything good to help them out when they tried, then those people need effed. But I got this feeling that somebody just let it go. Oh, it'll be fine, dear. Or it's our son. I mean, a lot of the friends said they couldn't even hang out with him anymore. Well, the ones I've seen comments and interview stuff from, they couldn't hang out with him anymore because the stuff he was spewing. Maybe one of them could have said something. Hey, you might want to talk to this guy over here I know. He's got some violent tendencies going on. All right. She would rather gather the NYC mayor. Yeah, Chris, I'll give you that. If they were going to nail somebody, whoo, yeah, if you're going to nail somebody in your Israel right now, you would want to aim for a New York mayoral candidate or a certain candy type podcaster. They were much more anti-anything than any little thing that Charlie Kirk ever uttered. So, let's see here. Well, if we find out that's true, it'll come out. One way or another. I think there's too much on this to do a JFK moment. Too many video angles, too much 4K video, too well known. I know this is going to piss some people off. To me, the way all the footage we have of this, the close-ups, everything else going on, who Charlie Kirk was, this may be, in a way, bigger than JFK getting shot. It may be. And it's more provable on what was what. Now, the thing, if you really want to be tinfoil, what about that old jackass? That old dude who suddenly ran up there, I did it, and distracted the police. Who admitted that's exactly why he did it. He distracted them on purpose. And that guy, you look up what he is, whoo! He's made fake calls before. He was at Ground Zero 9/11. He's had some underage prawn on his phone and stuff. He's goofy. So... Oh, Martino, watch outside the Overton channel, yeah? I'm just laughing because the Overton window, but I'll check them out, but, I mean, I'm not against theories, but I just don't believe it. I don't believe there's a conspiracy here. In fact, that's a problem. We gotta stop thinking there's a conspiracy everywhere. Sometimes something is just what it is. This guy... I'm telling you, you cannot let the left run away from this. Too much of that is going to let the left weasel away, and then we're going to have another one of these. And then another one. Because we let them weasel out of this. Especially if you go too much into the Jew thing before there's any real adjudication or evidence thereof. And I don't give a flip. I know what I say because I'm on YouTube and Rumble. I don't give a flip what some guy on YouTube says. If he's got something real and he's a sniper, take it to the friggin' authorities. Because right now we are too much letting the left walk away from this. They did this. 11 years of rhetoric and Nazi and everything else and bullets through Trump's ear doesn't slow down. This was the next natural progression. If you look at the progression over the last 11 years, this was a natural progression. And if it's not stomped out soon, it's going to keep progressing. They're already calling for more. They're already saying that was a good start. Yeah, have you been on Reddit lately? Holy gods. People talk about blue sky. Reddit is effing insane. And even Reddit's finally had to get off their keisters and actually go after some people. But you go on there, and now these people are actually finally starting to be a little bit worried and paying attention to how they word stuff. But they're still wording stuff in where you read it, you go, oh, God, dude, that is a... They're just not saying the exact words. They're doing it in long, like 5 words or 1 word, as in off them, it's a whole sentence to do it. Crisp, yeah, that dude's family, they were already pretty well heavy Trump supporters and right wing. But if you're talking about the shooter, yeah, his family is right wing for good. They are going to look at this. Whew. I mean, wow. I agree. But all I know is everybody says too many conspiracy theories on YouTube, then take it to authorities. There's multiple authorities. There are authorities out there that hate Israel and hate the Jews. If it was real, we'd know about it a lot of times. Am I saying 100%? No, but it would be out there. Somebody real, not just YouTubing, would be out there with, hey, this is the bullshit. But, I may be getting a truckload of flip-flops thrown at me in about a month or two, or 6 months or something. But let's wait till we see the trial. I saw zero validity of the mustache guy's conspiracy. Let's see. Blood comes with the path of least resistance. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of theories out there, but man, this is a rough subject. It may be good that Charlie got hit where he did, because from what I heard by one of the guys that was there on the scene, a friend of Charlie's who was in the vehicle trying to help save his life and everything, the doctors told him later that pretty much the lights probably went out right there. He probably never even felt it or knew. It was just gush, done. Horrible as that is. All right. So Jimmy, we all found common ground. I always would love to see a lot more YouTube channels or anybody online. Any online. I gotta stop saying YouTube. Even I stream to more than just YouTube. I like to see a lot of online people with making videos. Use that more. We need to find common ground. People that disagree, come up front. I mean, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be a good one. Sorry guys, I'm opening the link Watterson sent. Watterson sent, and I will look at a lot of them after the stream. There's no, oh, okay. I'll read that. You guys can open that up in the chat yourself too, but Jay Watterson posted from Devin Erickson. This is true, but there's an even more important difference. There's no moral equivalence between aggression and retaliation. If you hit me with a stick, I might point out that it is wrong to attack people with sticks. But if you keep hitting me with a stick, then I will grab your stick, yes, and retaliate with the stick. Two words. We're not calling for violence, YouTube. This is all defense. I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to stop if you claim I said it was wrong to hit people with sticks. Yeah. We are at that point right now. That link Jay Watterson sent is dead on. We are at that point now, and I think Crowder was arguing that yeah, we've let it go. Now, you are so crazy. You've proven to us you are so dangerous and nuts that now, if you do anything, if you pull out a cup or anything, you do anything I think scares me, I'm going full force. Because now it's just like, it's fully defensible. It's all defense now. So, this is not a pretty place for us to be. Yeah, it's a good link. Why did they not secure the scene and let people take cameras from the booth? Martino, all I know is for securing the scene, it was chaotic. It was insanely chaotic. Securing the scene, I'm more worried about how about that crazy dude who actually helped the dude get the shooter get away. And he knew he was doing that. If you want to be a conspiracy theory, ask how he knew to suddenly just do that right away. If you want to go somewhere, that could be something you could look into. But some people say he was just looking to get caught, or he's lunatic anyway, so he'd automatically claim. But either way, he helped the shooter get away. So, Andrew L., how's it going? Feels like there's more to what we know. Oh, I agree. I don't think they've released everything, and they shouldn't. Honestly, you can't release everything to the people until the trial. There is evidence. There's chains of custody. There's document releases. There's a whole bunch of motions in court. There's a lot of times we don't get everything. Look at the Rittenhouse thing. We didn't know a tenth of what happened in the Rittenhouse trial. The only reason we knew about it because it was streamed live. We learned it right there. But most of that evidence wasn't released to us before. And I'm going to bet we're going to find out a lot more during this trial. Now, here, let me ask a question. Andrew, if I didn't say welcome. Let me ask you a question here, guys. Do you think the trial should be televised just like the Rittenhouse trial? I think so. In fact, I'm not going to get specific here, but I'm going to say his punishment should be televised. Go look at George Carlin's comedy from back in the day on punishments. There's a reason we used to have public punishments. It kept it in the public's consciousness, in the public's eye. It kept it, when you hear about, oh, you may spend 40 years in jail or you may be disappeared or whatever, you know, rope, bullets, whatever. When you hear it, it's not the same as seeing it. Sometimes seeing that crazy, you know, what happens if you do bad will keep people straight, or at least pull some people back from the abyss of doing the bad thing. Right now, it's all far removed from us. We don't see it. I wonder if George Carlin was right. Start televising that shit and you're going to see the crime rates drop. I think if we actually have punishments for the crime and televise, it would drop. But I would like to see the trial. I think so much of America, whether you are center, right, I don't give an F with the left ones right now. If you're center, right, or if you think that Israel had something to do with this, I think it should all be out there so we can watch and see. Because anybody that watched, hey, in the chat, give me a thumbs up if you actually watched the Rittenhouse trial happen. I did. I watched that. And if you did watch it, you know there's some, boy, that judge, that prosecutor tried some dirty shit, and that judge didn't have enough education on technology. They almost got away with that. But thumbs up if you watched the Rittenhouse trial. Because if you did and you were familiar with Rittenhouse, the incident with Rittenhouse, we didn't know a tenth of that before the trial. It wasn't because they were hiding it, because there are laws, regulations, rules, and motions on certain things that can't come out till in the trial. So I'm not going to say that we don't know this or this or this. Yeah, we don't. But I think we will. I would like to see it televised. Andrew says, I don't see why not. Yep. Hey, Jim. Holy crap, Jim, you're alive. All right. I'm going to stop right here. Now, see, here's where we can all come together. Jim is our resident Israel, friend of Israel. Martino is, I'm not saying you're not a friend of Israel. I'm saying Martino is making is wondering about a Israeli connection to the, Charlie Kirk incident. So you guys play nice. How you doing, Jim? Nice to see you living. Urbexy, I see in pretty simple. Right family had an odd son. He started leaning left and became an item with a trans. All right, everybody. Please do me a favor and throw in a flip-flop. Just one. Actually, throw in two at Urbexy. Urbexy, what did you just do? A trans what? Nope. That's a man, baby. That's not. I don't like that phrase. There's no such thing. My wife is a woman. My mother was a woman. My wife's mother is a woman. Half of you are married to women. There are men, there are women. There is no such thing as a, Nope, no such thing. So, yeah. Rebexy deserves flip-flops in the chat. Became an item with a cultist man. A man with furry tendencies, liked furries. He heard hurty things from Kirk and ended him to get clout from his... Nope, I'm not doing it. Not even with the quotes, man. Man, dude. I know watching me is like trying to watch a terrier in a room full of squirrels. I got it. The left is trying to say, well, he wasn't gay. He was dating somebody that wants to be a woman, so that makes him hetero. Oh, for the love of God. This is the shit that's made people nuts. This is why the left has all the crazies. Okay, maybe not all, but most of the crazies. For every one crazy on the right, there's at least 1,000 on the left. The ratio is not good for the left. You can't do that. God. He wasn't gay. He's dating this dude who wants to be a girl, so that makes him straight. No. No, it doesn't. It either makes him gay or gay wackadoodle. Take your pick. All right. In fact, I don't like besmirching gay people that way. There are a lot of gay people going, this shit sucks. Rittenhouse trial showed how corrupt DA's offices are. Yeah, and how stupid judges are. That judge had no clue that they were using software that was making a fake video and modifying the video and images. He had no idea. They almost got away with that shit. And too bad that Rittenhouse's own defense team didn't know that. Oh, they should have had a technology person there. By the way, guys, do me a favor. Please hit thumbs up for the stream. I haven't asked. Over an hour in. How's that? Get your money's worth for your thumbs up. Please hit thumbs up. If you're on Rumble, please do the same thing. And share the stream out if you think there's anybody crazy want to handle this little squirrel dude here that's bouncing all over the place. God, I'm not Destiny, I swear. I won't say crazy, insane shit start shaking with weird eyes like that little dude has. He loses his shit. I hate that phrase, but that was my mind thinking, this is my, yeah. Now, no, you know what that was? Urbexy is over in the UK. Urbexy's worried about what he types. Urbexy's typing on his keyboard going, back. Type. No. Back. Oh, shit. Urbexy's like, wait a minute, how many people they arrest here for speech on our computers and stuff we type? Shit. You know? You got to worry, you might be one of them, 3,000 a month or whatever it is. Like, holy shit. So we're going to give you an outer, Urbexy, just because you're in the UK right now and you're held hostage. Whew, shit over there. Dude, that 3 million plus people showed up to that protest in London. Or was that all of UK? But oh my God, it was more than even they thought it was going to be. If you guys don't know, the shit in the rest in Europe is really getting, we are mild here with what's going on in Europe. Wow. All right. Let's see here. Jim, I'm for Israel in a religious sense. I don't know anything about war. Yeah. Okay. That's an acceptable response. Hell, I bet Martino's going to go. Now, Martino, you said something right there that I was wondering about. You know, some people say that was a wrapped up and something he tossed down. I don't know. But that's something I wonder. I'm not saying we have all the answers, but let's see what they say at the trial. Let's see what comes out. Random thought. If two twins fuck is a masturbation, technically they split from one cell. Asking for a friend. Oh God, I'm glad Rebecca's really good at computers and knows how to delete his own browser history and clean the drive. Oh Lord. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I did not see that coming as a question tonight, and I shouldn't say coming after that question. Holy crap. At the very least, Urbexy. Oh my God, I don't even know. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that to you in the chat to answer that one for Urbexy. Holy crap. No, you burn a man, you die a man. Supreme Court ruled. Yeah, it did, but you guys got to watch. You guys got these weird hate speech things going on there, but I guess since your Supreme Court ruled on that now you can say that. It's just don't say anything against your illegal aliens touching women and children. Then you're in trouble. Yeesh. Okay, what floats people's boat? Hey, Jimmy. No, am I sick? Way too early? No, I'm trying. You guys have been telling me in the past, hey, can you do earlier? These 2, 3 a.m. in my time zone, in middle America, that's a little frisky for a lot of people. So I'm trying. I told the wife, I said, that's it. I got everything done. I'm going to stream. And she's like, okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying, man. Even though streaming across Tim Pool, like Tim Pool's gonna affect my channel. I'm not even the cockroach he steps on. But yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, Jimmy. I don't care what floats people's boats. Don't force it on kids or others. Yeah, 100%. See, that's the problem. I don't think there'd be much trans controversy right now if it wasn't shoved on us all so hard. God, that came out wrong, too. I hope nobody clips that. Okay. And I don't want to say, there wouldn't be such a controversy of the trans thing if it wasn't shoved in our faces too much. God dang it. There are not a lot of ways for me to get out of this. This controversy wouldn't be happening if it wasn't so blatantly pushed in every way. And they keep we want equality. Then why do you have to be in everything? You are 1, maybe 2, 3% of the population. Let's say 3 to be nice. 3% of the population. But you think you have the right, and you should be in everything. These trans people were mad they didn't pick a trans person to play Zelda or Link. Was it Link or Zelda in the upcoming movie, the Legend of Zelda movie? Screw you. They think they have to have 1 or 2 trans people in every TV show and movie. That's not representation. Of course, if aliens looked at America right now and watched our TV and ads, they would think America's about 85% black, and everybody is a couple, is a white and black person married, has Asian kids. So yeah, we have a little problem. But no, they don't want representation. It is shoved so much on us. They get to do stuff in their parades that if straight people did that, they'd be in jail. If you're out banging on the street and showing your junk and doing weird crap, you get in trouble. So yeah, that's why the controversy is. A lot of them push insane shit, saying we want equal rights. Well, no, they want rights above. They want to do crazy shit. And here's my other thing. If you want to be trans and you're an adult, I am not beholden to call you by what you think you are. I will call you by your name. If you want to be called Destiny, I will call you that name. But I will not call you a woman. It's not my belief. You can maintain your belief that you are, and I will call you by your name. That's it. But why is it a lot of these people who say they want to be a man or a woman don't go to look like men or women? Not all, but why do most of them look like caricatures? They look like Alice in Wonderland looking through the looking glass, or some insane episode of some sci-fi movie version of a man or a woman. Don't do crazy shit. It's when they do that, has nothing about feeling comfortable in their body or being, I'm trans, I'm the other type. No, it has to do with attention. They want to fit in. They want to be part of some crowd. The few, I'm going to say it's a few, the minority that dress normal, that actually do try to pass or get the surgeries and really try to change, still give me an ew factor, personally, but at least they believe their thing, and they're trying to be what they say they want to be. But the overall majority look like cartoons. Stop it. And you do not have to go and buy a Sam's Club or Costco swimming pool full of weird cologne to roll in. You light a match near some of these people, they go, mushroom cloud. Sorry, guys. All right. Martino, we can find common ground. I agree there's too many unanswered questions. Ha! Charlie Kirk could be proud of that one. I don't know if he would or not. He'd probably look at me and go, yeah, you need to find God even more, bud. American Explorer, what is up, man? He left his screwdriver on the roof, too. Eesh. Yeah, there's a lot of... this kid was not some epic ninja or anything. He made a lot of mistakes. He was screwed no matter what. He thinks, according to those messages, he thinks if he would have just got the gun back, if he hadn't dropped it there and panicked and would have just got back right away and got it, he would have got away with it. If it weren't for that dog and them darn kids. He was busted anyway. They had too much footage. He left palm prints. He left too much evidence. He was screwed. It might have taken longer, but he was screwed. The FBI was on his trail. They were going to track him down. And if not, the family saw. The family's the one that came to him. Dude, you did not. Tell you what, my dad wouldn't have said that back when when he was younger. He would have dropped me himself. That's not a bullet drop, YouTube. He would have been dragging me down to the police. He'd have wrapped me up in duct tape and drugged me in and gone, this dumbass. So, yeah. How you doing, American Explorer? How are things going? Jimmy, is the people in the UK taking down flags like Americans burning US flags? UK is in the process of trying to put their flags up without their government going after them for doing so. Either of their flags. Because the immigrants call it racist. You don't like my flag, fuck off. Remember, we had that problem in America for a while. Where they were trying to say, you can't have a flag in your truck or a flag here or a flag shirt or a flag this because it upsets these immigrants. They look at that as a bad thing, or black people are looking at it. That's a racist symbol. And that one didn't fly here. That one got a FU. That got a rounded FU from everybody. And even the left said, back away. Ixnay. Even the left backed away on that one. But yeah, the UK is having problems with flags. They're not allowed to put up the Union Jack, or was it the St. James flag? And I know a friend of mine, GTR, has talked to me a good amount about it. About some of the stuff over there. And he's been near some kerfuffles over there. So, even another friend, I know Urbexing knows him, Pajerico and I have talked, and he said he's trying to stay out of this right now, but he says if shit kicks off, then he's on. But he's staying out of it right now as much as he can. But he ain't happy with it either. He said, yeah, there's some areas, it's pretty frisky. So yeah, Urbexy, I do still talk to Pajerico. All right. I don't like costume people hugging me in case it's a dude cropping it. Well, without saying, I'm going to say, maybe do the Crocodile Dundee. But we live in a time where you may not like that answer. Dude, imagine if they made that movie now and Mick Dundee went down for that check. If you know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go watch Crocodile Dundee and you will know the scene when you hit it. I won't have to tell you nothing. Just remember what we're talking about, going for the check. As in the checkup. Yeah, you'll know and you'll go, oh, yeah, they wouldn't make that today. Not a chance. Same old, well, my life's a little complicated right now. A lot of family stuff going on and everything. All right. Jim Patterson, he was set up, probably missed. You're talking about, maybe, we don't know. I don't think he missed. I think this kid did miss. I think this kid was aiming for either a headshot and the bullet dropped, or he was aiming center mass and missed. So I'm not going to say, I'll say he missed. I don't think that's the target. You don't aim for somebody's artery from that far. It was a miss. That's not where he meant to hit. In a way, man, there is no good way to talk about this. In a way, it may be better for the consciousness of his family, the friends, the people there that got to see this live, those of us who saw, oh shit, the close-up videos. that he did miss. If he was aiming for a headshot, we may have had one of the most, actually not one, we would have had the most horrendous assassination or ending of a person's life ever caught on camera. So, damn. If he was aiming higher and hit, wow. I don't think he was set up. It's too, because some people say, well, that's too easy. It's too pat. Makes too much sense. No, this was natural progression. Go back the 11 years. There are people who have been talking about this through history, how these things advance. Even with the Civil War, how it advanced and how it got to violence. People have been seeing this progression. This was a natural progression. His family, I doubt his family is part of Mossad. I doubt his friends, his neighbors, his boyfriend are all part of Mossad. This kid got radicalized by the insanity of the left. Once again, stop letting the left out of this. The left has driven people insane. And this kid was what? Somebody help me in the chat. This kid was what, 22? Something like that? Let's say, I'll start with 22. I'll say 25. This kid, the rhetoric from the left against Trump, the insane fascist Russia collusion. He's going to end women's lives. He's going to end black people, put them back in chains. All this insanity started when this guy was, 14? He's been hearing that. We have 11 years of people that were 10 years old originally are now 21. Been hearing this crap. It's programmed. Of course they're violent. Why do you think they say it's okay to punch a Nazi, but then they call them the Nazis? They're dehumanizing people and giving free rein and equivocation to go do this stuff. All right. Thank you, Jay Watterson. Thank you, Cecily, for the warning there. I opened it on my other computer anyway. All right. Hey, American Explorer, I see you over there, buddy. I see you over on Grumble. Thank you. I see more than a couple people on Rumble. Thank you, everybody. In case you do not have a Rumble account where you can type and chat, check out Lion's Den on YouTube. All right, let me check here. I opened that, Jay Watterson. Thanks, bud. I'll check it here in a little bit. You guys are giving me a lot to deal with. I like the chat. You guys, anybody who's been on my old channels know I really like the chat. I'll get behind sometimes. Today in Epping, there was a flash protest because the last 2-3 days, schools went into lockdown with the illegals hanging. Oh, Andrew, dude, that stuff's got to stop over there. A lot of Americans, with everything going on here, we are very worried about you guys over there. Americans love the English. We love the UK. We feel that you're kind of that parent we moved out of the house on, but you're still kind of the parent, or at least the uncle. How's that? And we do worry about you, and we are not happy with how your government's treated you. But man, I hope you guys get things corrected over there. I'm the same, but there seems to be some protests to watch. I reckon I will be having a general election within 6 months. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that protest in the UK the other day really sent a signal that you guys aren't going to put up with it any longer. That it's growing. And if they don't start hearing you citizens, V for Vendetta may be happening. It's gonna get ugly if they don't start paying attention to the citizens. All right, Crisp. Let's head on back here. He was worried about retrieving his dumped rifle because he lost his screwdriver on the roof. Okay. But I know the text they said, he was like, oh, I should have gone back and got it right away. Now they're going to be able to trace this, and my dad's going to be mad. It's like, that might be the least of your worries, but he left so much evidence. Let's see. In his text support, he was hesitant over how he can get his gun back when it was, in one full piece. If you were set up when your own family would be handing you in, it wouldn't be your own family. Yeah, his family. See, the thing is, his family talks about the progression. They saw it. The friends have been talked to. The neighbors. They saw him turning left. They saw the ideology. He was spouting the anti-Trump stuff. He was spouting all the crap from the leftist media. Do not let these people out of this. They built this dude. Did anybody post in the chat how old this guy was? Because I'm guessing 25. I can't remember. But yeah, my family would turn me in right away. I've seen a woman field goal kick a man in the... Nice. Let's see. There's something going around with audio forensics saying the shot is estimated 70 feet away, not 200. There's a lot going around. I want to wait to trial. Because if we're going to go conspiracy theory, let's wait till we have all the evidence. Everybody's conjecturing right now. Look at all the conjecture. I hate to go back there. Look at all the conjecture over the Rittenhouse thing. We had seen some stuff where a lot of us go, that dude's innocent. But the stuff that came out during the trial showed he was not only innocent, he was holy shit, god dang, holy crap, insanely, heavily innocent. And the left still, oh my God, he's evil. Dude, look at all this evidence. This is the same thing. Let's get through the trial and then get the tinfoil out, wrap it on, and go for the conspiracies. Unless something really, really heavy and provable comes out, let's save those conspiracies till after the trial. Then we can go nuts for the next 30, 40 years until the government releases the real stuff. How's that? The 200 was the state, but the media is over 400. Guess on Google Earth. Wow. Oof. What about the old man who claimed he did it just... Yeah, we talked about that, Jim. No, we talked about that. That guy's a lunatic. But see, that guy's loony. He's called in fake threats before. Right after the Boston Marathon thing, he called in another threat at another marathon at another state. He's been around. He was at 9/11. He's done some other crazy shite. And he had child stuff on his phone. He's goofy. And I think, like a lot of people pointed out, he was there. Because maybe he was planning to do something himself, but he just took advantage of a situation. Because he's loony. He's done crazy shit before. So that's what I think about that dude. Yeah, the screwdriver, he may have never dumped the rifle, but re-put it in his clothes. Yeah, Crisp, you're right. If he hadn't left the screwdriver, maybe he wouldn't have dumped the rifle. He had a hard time carrying that thing unbroke down, so you're right. That's a good point. They found some... Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. That's what I was saying. I was trying to say it the other... Yes, exactly. Oof, that guy. If you look up that dude, that 71-year-old dude is weird. How old was that guy? Hang on, I'm going to look it up here a sec. We should be the parent. Really, the UK should be the best country in the world, but we've been let... Yeah. Andrew, you're right, buddy. Honestly. You're right. And unfortunately... And it's partially the citizenry fault because you guys tried to be nice. Just like the right in our country. You guys tried to be nice. You tried to be, oh, let's be good people. Oh, some immigrants here. Oh, yeah, our government doing some shit we like, but, you know, we don't want to be bothered. And unfortunately, it got away from you guys, and you got very corrupt people in, and, whoa. Let me see how old that little weasel was. So you guys can see it. How old was this weasel? 22. I was right from my first remembrance of it. Okay, he was 22, guys. 22. Let's see where we're going to go next here. Oh, this is a good one. But 22 years old. So this guy started hearing the rhetoric against Trump when he was 11. Think about what you were doing at 11. All this hate has been fed. It was like Clockwork Orange. Remember, anybody ever seen a Clockwork Orange? In the chat. Say orange if you've seen a Clockwork Orange. If you haven't, it's weird. It's graphic, but go watch it. They have, the leftist media and some in our government have brainwashed and programmed these people. This isn't some sci-fi stuff. Once you keep showing this stuff to people from the age of 11, they're not going to be right in the head. Yes, exactly. 100% brainwashed. Did you see Trump with Starmer today called for use of military secure borders? Yeah, I did. I didn't see a lot of it because I was out picking up plywood and stuff. But yeah, holy carapola. Now, the thing is, What did Starmer say? You guys, it's past time for you to do that. You need to stop all immigration right now. All. And start getting people out. You are this close to losing the UK. If you don't get a lot of these people out of there, your country, as you know it, will be gone in like the next 30 years. You'll never recover. And that's just, I'm sure, orange, orange, orange. Okay, I see a lot of oranges. Ho, ho. So yeah, look what they did to him. Showed him all that stuff to get him out of violent tendencies. You can do the opposite. Keep showing him the violence, the hate. He grew up in a time where he gets to see all this crap on every social media platform, every online site. He's going everywhere seeing this. Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump hates women. Trump's going to end women. Trump's going to end trans people. Trump's going to end the gays. Trump hates, they're going to put black people in chains. Trump will kill America. They saw all this. They called Trump they said he's Hitler. They said he's Mussolini. They said he's all the above. He saw, should have been a wake-up call, Joe Biden up there doing his Nazi speech. Woof. Saying that half of America is evil. All programmed into this guy. Now, 11 years later, he's 22, and you will never, ever get him to be totally fixed. I don't think so. The fact that a lot of these people you look at that are celebrating and this insane happy and giddiness and glee at the way Kirk was killed, that the fact his family was there and maybe saw this, the giddiness of it shows that these people are unfixable. You will always, if you are an average person with common sense, you tell me your head's not more on a swivel now. The dude that's got the tail hanging out of his purse and his pants at my gym, I watch. Do I think he's going to do something? Probably not. He's probably just being different. But will I go, there's a little bit of side eye? And I think a lot of us have to have side eye now. Yes, but most of us when we were 11 was latchkey. Yeah, well, yeah, Jimmy. Because a lot of us went outside. Mom and Dad said, that's it, enough TV for you. Go outside, see you when the lights come on. We didn't have these glued to us every second. We had to think. Kids today can't do math. They can't read a regular clock. They can't write cursive a lot of times. Hell, they can't remember nothing because they've had the pocket brain. There's been studies showing that these things have decimated kids' memories. They can't remember nothing. So yeah, 100%. Jay Watson, shout out to you Blade Runners. Yeah, you sent me the links. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Jim Patterson, going fishing at Kentucky Barkley Lake this week, looking for a 100-pound catfish. Whoa. Dude, you will have some. Now, do you keep that and eat that? Because, man, I hope so, because that's a lot of tasty catfish. Whew. All right, we don't have them in this part of the country, but someone got paranoid and took out a weather station. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Kids with phones are missing out, 100%. How about this? Just TV. These kids have instant access to insane amounts of music. Remember when it was cool when the album is coming out? Dude, holy crap, Living on a Prayer. Whoa. New GNR albums out, new AC/DC, new Ace of Base, whatever. Now everything is there. I think they're bored. We used to have this, hey, let's go to the music store and look at CDs or see if we get a CD. Let's go to the movie store. What movie? It was a big deal. Now everything's just there. Inundated all the time. They're bored. And kids don't have as much to do. I know we're wandering off topic a little, but that's me. Welcome to my channel. I wander. The kids don't have as much to do. In my area alone in the Quad Cities, we had underage nightclubs. We had one called Stage 2, and there was Sneakers and a couple others. We had underage nightclubs. And you could go out and party and do stuff. You could cruise the avenue. You could shoot a lot of pool. There were places to hang out and actually get out and do stuff. Very few people do that anymore. Hell, the average bars and dance clubs we used to go to. Used to be one in the Quad Cities that was called Vic Ferrari's the first, then it became Stage 2. Or did I get that backwards? It was gorgeous fun. Oh, late 90s, early 2000s club scene. Oh, had a lot of that. You look at the clubs in the Quad City area now, it's abysmal. There's nothing for anybody to do. They're losing their minds. They're just sitting around, dicking around on their phones in the same room, not even talking. They're inundated with this crap. So, whew, all right. Yeah, I'll try to squirrel back to the screen here in a second. I remember when I was 8 trying to build websites, yeah? I remember when I was a kid trying to use erector sets, Legos, playing with my Tyco racetracks. Yeah, going out and playing in the woods. Hell, at age 12, I was driving tractor, hooking up the boat to the tractor, because you could drive that in the highway, because the orange triangle, driving down to the boat docks and disappear in the islands of the boat. But kids don't do nothing now. That and they're useless. I'm not saying I'm Tarzan or anything, but my God, half these people don't really have real skills in the world. If they had to get out, if they didn't have this with them to try to look something up, to even try to do something, they can't do it. They couldn't do nothing. Nightclubs just seem to be a thing of the past, yeah. Young people need experience. Clubbing is more, yeah. It was an experience, yeah. It was totally an experience. If a kid used the technology to be intuitive and learn things, it would be different. They're force-fed brain rot. Yes, 100%, guys. 100%. All flock cameras in the world must go, yeah. I do know that the things... I did see a study, I don't know if any of you guys saw this, that Gen Z is actually, some of them are wanting to actually have real world experiences more. They are becoming more religious. They are becoming more right-leaning. They are more interested in going to stores, going to malls, and actually going and shopping for stuff, being out around other people. Which, tell you what, malls in my area could use that. Malls in some parts of America are doing great. Malls in my area, both of them, South Park and North Park, are horrid. And that's too bad, because they were both amazing malls at one time. I used to love the drag race from the Light to Light. Yeah. Yeah. Or even, we had what we call 23rd Avenue Moline here. I've talked about this before. There wasn't even that much drag racing, because there's a lot of traffic. People just out. There's people sitting in parking lots at the old Sears, at gas stations, at restaurants, at Miller Time Billiards. People were out in groups talking, hanging out, seeing cool cars, going, whoa! Somebody go, yeah, and they'd rev their car up. But very little drag racing because too much traffic. There were people in their 70s. I can't remember what the name of the group was. There was these, the good guys or something. Some older cruisers were out there. They were in parking lots on Fridays and Saturday nights, hanging out. And the kids would look at their cars. I had my 83 Trans Am. Yes, I did. And they would look at our cars. It was fun for everybody. Now, what's everybody do? Get on the streaming service and watch TV. Jeez Louise. There's too much. They don't do things. You don't know pain to hit with a green pine cone during war. Well, we had even worse. We would bean each other with BB guns. The old spring-loaded, well, if you use the air-powered one, the pump, you can only pump once. Because we weren't trying to off each other, but yeah, we would go after each other with BB guns. That's something as kids. And I can tell you, there's some things I did as a kid that I'd be on the terror watch list now. There are certain things you can do with a 12-gauge and a 16-gauge shotgun shell that is detrimental to mailboxes and or small trees. So yeah. If the cops haven't been called at least twice, you've never partied. Yeah. 100%. 100%. If you never had stitches, you lived a sheltered life. Yeah. Yeah, my x-rays still might look like a map of river tributaries. I've fractured and broke so many bones doing stupid crap. We have a street development took away from, but now it's under a quarter mile in an industrial area. Nobody thought about, perfect for racing. Yeah? Well, we used to have things like that, and it used to be one of those things, and then the boomers got older. The boomers were upset that they weren't doing that stuff anymore, that they were aging out. And they made laws, at least here in America, they made tons of laws about cruising, tons of laws about hanging out and loitering. And 23rd Avenue Moline is a shadow of what it was, because you got rid of all that money. The people buying gas, going to the fast food, going to eat all the restaurants. Denny's isn't even up there anymore. Miller Time Billiards closed. That place is a ghost town compared to what it was. And then they removed that law the last few years. Well, too late. You decimated the whole area, you morons. There's nothing for anybody to do if they do go up there. And the cops still want to harass you if you do try. I've heard that from some younger people who still tried it. Nope, well, they still want to harass you. The signs are down about cruising, but they still try to harass you. Oh, don't you dare stop in a parking lot. Well, that's why Sonic went out of business up there. They wouldn't even let the kids hang out by Sonic. Dumb. All right. Dead and dying malls are real, a lot owned by corporations and rent being... Well, it's not just that, Jay Watterson, because there's a lot of malls in America that are actually doing amazing. There are. It's just some areas. And part of it is, depending on where you're at, some people are just antisocial and lazy. And unfortunately, around my area, it seems a lot of that. All right. 100% American Explorer. Yeah, you guys are coming up with good ones there for it. You never stitches, you never let a shelter. Yeah. Hell, what do you mean stitches? Where I grew up, you used super glue and electrical tape and went back out. It's not a good car meet until a cop puts on the blues and drifts. Nice. Some place that 23rd Avenue Moline, last I knew, they rescinded the cruising laws. But they still harass you up there. They still harass you. There's no place to stop. Used to be you'd stop and sit at this gas station after it's closed. And the gas station didn't care because they made crap loads of money off the pop machines after they were closed. Nobody left a mess. The Sonic, the Wiener Schnitzel, yeah, used to be a thing. McDonald's, Hardee's, Denny's, Miller Time Billiards, all made shite loads of money. Didn't care if the kids hung out in the lots because they made money off them. Nobody wanted to make a mess because you didn't want to lose your spot. Well, now they've decimated, so there's nothing to do. So the cruising law is being rescinded. It's too late. There's no Miller Time Billiards. There's no place to play video games up there. Yes, some people still like to play video games out. Not sitting in your room talking to some dude in Taiwan playing. Which is still cool, but... So yeah, rescinding the laws now does almost no good. You've lost all the base of fun. So, unfortunately, it sucks. And as for dance clubs, underage ones, not a one. Not a one. Stage 2 and sneakers were great. Amazing fun. Let alone the dance clubs and over 21 ones. They're everywhere. Had tons of them. Now there's maybe 2 in the Quad Cities. 2. 430,000 people around here. 2. That's a great nightlife there. And even some people say those are kind of lame. Let's see here. Still not forgetting about Epstein. Well, I didn't say anybody should forget about it. When you go up to a small town, hey, don't get me going, Jimmy. My wife still laughs because we live in the Quad Cities now. I grew up outside the Quad Cities. I still say, when she'll ask me something, I go, well, I got to go to town and go do this today. She'll laugh at me. I'm like, God dang it. I still say go to town. I lived in town for like 20 years now. Hey, J&E, what's up? By the way, J&E stopping in gives me a good reason to stop for a second and tell you guys, please hit thumbs up for the stream. Much appreciated. Share the channel out to anybody you think might enjoy watching a half-human, half-terrier who likes to squirrel a lot. Jax, don't say that. I think he's upstairs sleeping on my wife. I don't see any animal. Hey, let me check. Is there an animal down here? Yes. Yes, I have one animal down here. My 95, 96 pound Chesapeake is right on the other side of that couch, passed out. Yep, Riker's the only one down here. Get off my lawn. Yeah, Riker's the only one down here. I don't want to say his name too much. He'll get up. Gran Turismo. Dude, I remember playing that game. Me and my friends I used to have friends over once a week. And we all left our memory cards in a little lockbox. We didn't get to race. There's no practicing during the week. We played Gran Turismo 2 as a gathering weekly thing. Playing with friends online, I don't care how much you think you know them, is nothing like having a group of friends over playing games in the same room together. What is up? Janie, how you doing, man? How's everything going out there? Oh, shit. Oh, Rebexy. That's mean. All right, we are going to try to turn back to the screen here a little. Elon Musk posts, wow, and this is in answer to something Tim Pool posted. Tim actually went through, and he was pissed off about this narrative, oh, the right is violent. Really? So they was entering parameters on political violence and everything. And look what came up. 2023. Okay. This is what violence rates look like depending on political party. How fucking weird. Am I right? When you get rid of fringe wackos and count crime by party control. It looks a lot different. Yeah. 2023 combined violence. I saw Tim talk about this on his channel earlier. 2023 combined violence rates by party. 2023, 21,675 episodes of violence from Democrats. Republicans in that year, 858. And we know it's only gotten worse. Tesla, the school shootings, the church shootings. Yeah, it's only gotten worse. Charlie Kirk shooting and all the little violent stuff between. All the protests going on. Cybertruck go boom. Tons of it. So it's only worse now, but this is when you could get statistics. So yeah, so don't let them give you that narrative. Don't let them give you that narrative. Now Grok, haha. Hey Grok, who were the primary perpetrators of political violence in the United States and what are their demographic and ideological characteristics? Most of political violence in the U.S. are often lone actors or small groups. And it says, far right. Well, as we talked about in the beginning of the stream, when you leave out a whole summer of lefty riots, don't include the insurrection at the White House, which those two slaughter anything the right is in. The lefties who walked up and just blow away Trump people, attack them for wearing hats, they nixed all this. They even put in the category of right when a black person attacks a Mexican person, weird as that is, or an Asian person. That's right-leaning. All right, so I see where Biden is starting a new business of coming to your party. Oh, my God. Jimmy. Hey, Eva, what's up? All right, but yeah, so there, Tim Pool, that's the last we're going to finish off of this. Do not let the left do this to you. Don't let any lefties. You start listing them off. You can list off, if you've been paying attention to the news, all the craziness, you can list off time after time after time after time of all this leftist violence in the schools, putting F MAGA and F Trump on your gun barrel, scribbling into bullets. So, and I'm not letting the left out of this. I want to see the trial, go from there, and then if we want to play conspiracy theories, we can. But we cannot let the left out of this. Because if you're going to say, oh, the Jews, then you got to say that about all this trans school stuff or all the other lefty violence. You're going to say, well, I guess the Jews just hate the Democrats. The Democrats are actually good people. I'm not letting them out of it. All right, so not doing too bad, Eva. Just running around like a crazy person, got family stuff and trying to get it. I'm starting to worry about winter coming, so I'm trying to get a lot done before winter gets here, because I hate winter. There's a guy in Congress that was naming all the crap loony lefties. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll get to that. Jay Waters, let me see if I can find it here. Did I bookmark that? Oh, here, right here. Ha ha. All right. This is over at the Swampist. Roseanne Barr. Now this is in the response. This isn't the violence. But for them bitching about Jimmy Kimmel. Oh my God. Free speech is under attack, really? Roseanne Barr, fired by ABC Disney and her hit show Roseanne, canceled overnight in 2018 because of one tweet. Hundreds of cast and crew lost their jobs. Where was the left? Celebrating it. Gina Carano, fired from The Mandalorian in 2021 for a social media post didn't fit the leftist politics. Dropped by her agency, too. She sued and won, by the way, finally. Ha! Megyn Kelly, fired by NBC March 2018. Her morning show canceled after comments about Halloween costumes. She was asking Is it racist to use blackface in a costume or whiteface? They nixed her for that. She wasn't saying to wear it. She was asking if it's racist to do so. Dave Chappelle, Netflix employee staged a walkout demanding his comedy special be pulled for transphobia. They tried to cancel him, but they didn't get him, but they tried. So where was all they're worried about? Free speech. Joe Rogan, the left, pressured Spotify to drop him, running coordinated campaigns and advertiser boycotts over COVID discussions. Tucker Carlson, taken off Fox News 2023. By the way, the best thing ever happened to that man. Now he's more unleashed. I like it that way. Liberal activists bragged about the advertiser pressure campaigns that helped force him out, costing thousands of downstream jobs. Yep. Parler, remember that one? Apple, Google, Amazon colluded in 2021 with the United States government. Do not forget that. The Biden administration helped that. The leftist government did that. To wipe the entire platform off the internet, wipes tens of thousands of small creators and businesses lost income overnight, and Parler never recovered. Parler's still there, but it was on a rise to be probably the second coming on the internet. But now, after that, they destroyed it. It's nothing like it was. J.K. Rowling, blacklisted from events, attacked by activists, pressure out of projects for speaking her mind, even though there's a black Snape coming. And they changed Hermione to a Hispanic girl. And, oh, God. It's going to look pretty bad for the story, isn't it? When Severus Snape getting picked on, I'm going to say that wrong, Snape getting picked on, and all the other crazy shit goes on in Harry Potter. It's going to look a lot worse when it's a black guy. Whew! Ain't no way they're sticking to that. So good luck, Harry Potter fans, because you ain't getting the, we're going to stick to the source material story you wanted. Mike Lindell, MyPillow, pulled from major retailers, banned from Twitter, targeted with advertiser boycotts. Alex Jones, simultaneously banned in 2018 by YouTube, Facebook, Apple, Spotify, coordinated erasure, celebrates a model for censorship. Patterns are clear. Coordinated anti-advertiser boycotts. Yeah. Public celebrations. CNN celebrated a lot of these. Now they're mad. Oh my God, Jimmy Kimmel, take down our freedom of speech. How many times have I been saying this since I came back on YouTube? The left have no true beliefs. None. Only what gives them power in the moment. They don't give a shit about free speech. They did all this and didn't care. And there's many, many more. They don't care. All they care is when it's something they can get power off of. When it was these people, they got the power by going, yay, get them, get more. When it's their side, because they're losing power. It's only about power. They have no true beliefs. Democrats will say one thing today and wholly opposite the next day if sentiment turns. Nothing to do with true beliefs. I know you guys are going in the chat there, but yeah. So this is goofy. All right, let me head back here real quick. Not in the mood for winter at all. Neither am I. Don't even get me going. They're saying don't know who you want to believe. There are certain forecasts. Ryan Hall. Go check out Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube. Great channel for weather here in America. But they are saying there's a decent chance, with the pattern we got, we may have a below normal winter, temperature-wise, and a much higher snowfall total than normal. It's like, oh, F me. So I'm insulating my garage and getting better tires for my truck soon. So yeah, I'm not ready for winter. Ugh. I can't wait for winter. Chili beef. I can eat that anytime, Jimmy. I hate winter. Only thing good about winter is I have more time to do this. Warm weather, I'm out doing stuff. In here, not so much. Even the family stuff will tone down in the winter so I have more time. All right. Just wondering, why do my underwear always turn inside out when I wash them? Because your underwear doesn't like the horrid things you've done to their insides. So like rolling themselves outside going, clean this. Get the skid marks out. Get the scent of burrito night out of here. Help. I don't know. It's like how your dryer eats your socks. Me too, but Do it in shorts in Bama. Well, that must be nice. Not up here. Ugh. This area of the Midwest, we get very hot and humid, and then we get fudge you cold and snowy. We get the range. I know people in Canada go, we get colder. You do. People down south, we get hotter and more humid. You do. But we get one of the biggest ranges here. It's nuts. And it's not once in a while range. We get that every year. It's like, fudge me. Then we get the tornadoes and the rainstorms and the derechos and All right. Not here, man. Crotch deep snow makes my sack shrink. Yeah, no. I do. Nobody likes sack shrinkage. Seinfeld, they shrink. They shrink. Down here in the south, they're predicting a warmer than usual. Yeah, Ryan Hall said that too. I happen to be in the above that line, unfortunately. So, American Explorer, the older you get, the more you have to stop the sag. You stop measuring how tall, how much you're growing, and you start measuring how close your sack is getting to the toilet water. I know. A friend's dad told us that joke when we were younger. I'm like, dude, don't tell me that crap. I don't want to hear that. Oh. The rise eat your socks, Jax takes them. Yeah, yeah. Shrunken is better than swampy. Yeah. All right, guys, but yeah. Let's move on to something real happy. If I can get my tabs in order. Now I've screwed my tabs up. Okay, here's a neat little funny thing. Real quick. I have canceled my Disney Plus subscription. I will also be boycotting all ABC shows and refusing to pay for movies from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars until Jimmy Kimmel is put back on the air. If you side with fascists, then you aren't getting my money. Fine. I don't think these lefties, this is a big movement right now. I don't think they know that a lot of average people are going, cool, fine, welcome. We finally found what Charlie Kirk always wanted. We found common ground. There's a lot of center right-leaning people for a long time now. I'm going, Disney's trash. They're putting tampon stuff in little kids' movies. Was it, God, I can't remember which movie. They had the robot in it trying to get tampons for the little boy who wanted, or girl who wanted to be a boy. Ugh. They got trans stuff in little kids' things. Even Snoop Dogg freaked out. We talked about that in one of these streams going, what the hell is this doing in the kids' show? So you know what? Fine, lefties. You're just common ground. You're media. You are actually doing what we've been trying to do. Been telling you forever. Half these mainstream broadcasters and Disney especially is trash. So fine. Welcome to the fight. I mean, good grief. I don't pay to watch things. They have an app for that. Are you sailing the high seas? Oh, Lord. Ah, pirates, you be? Oh, shit. Okay. All right, here, guys. Let's move on to something semi-happier. I'll be on, let's see. I haven't checked everybody on Grumble in a while. Huh? Orange. I saw orange. For the I see you guys on Rumble. If you do not have an account to chat, actually, it's a wonder somebody hasn't yelled at me. I'm going to put a link to the YouTube channel in there because I've been told unless you have an account over on Grumble, you can't chat. But more people have a YouTube one. So there is a link to the YouTube chat for those of you on Rumble. Thank you for stopping in, by the way. But yeah, if you want to chat, feel free to stop over. And hey, as Charlie Kirk used to say, and I've always told people, you don't have to agree to be here. You feel free to come in and just, as long as you want to argue in good faith, I'm there for it. Hell, half my chat that's in here now, I don't agree with some of the times. They probably don't agree with me any of the time, but they still stop in. Oh. I think an ass ton of people finally open their eyes. Janie, I hope so, because there are thousands of videos out there for all these hateful, horrid videos celebrating and laughing at Kirk, and people go, dude, I am glad that I don't know if you guys seen the video. There's this guy who's on a campus, and he's at a Charlie Kirk vigil going, they got your guy, stands up in front of everybody and goes, and does this stuff to him. He got kicked out of school. You have free speech. You don't have freedom of consequences. That's insane. So for every one of these idiots who is out celebrating it, okay, not for every one, but for every 20 or 100 of these idiots out going, ha ha, there are others in the Democrat Party going, F this. And a lot of them are women. Good. It's about time women get woke up and go, shit, what have I been involved in? This is going to horrify a lot of Democrat women. They're going, oh crap. Anybody that's sane, this should horrify. And they're going, wait, this party, they tried to lie about, oh, I'm out of here. I'm out. Oh, no, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving yet. But yeah, you guys do, but hey, I have nothing against the rabbit holes. Like I said, I'm not some scripted channel or something. I rarely have hard outs, as you guys notice that. A lot of channels I have a hard out at, or some of them set their stream up so the stream shuts down at a certain time. I've never done that on any of my channels. So I have no problem with you guys rabbit holing me. Especially since a lot of times you're telling me stuff I don't know, or I enjoy the conversation. But yeah, I think a lot of people are waking up. I really do. And also, I think if anything will help make Charlie Kirk smile in heaven, it would be the fact that a lot of people have seemed to have reawoken a religious want in them to maybe held back to church, to maybe look into what Charlie talked about, or look into family, look into having kids and marriage, and maybe a little more traditional stuff. Because a lot of people are looking, even people who didn't know Charlie Kirk have looked and go, wait a second, they offed this guy for this? They've gone to look at his videos and gone, that's what they said was evil and horrid? Woo. So it's really turning some people. But like I said, I think fully 35% of all leftists are the type that used to be in the asylums. The asylums for the ill, the asylums for the violently criminal ill that we used to have, that we barely have any of. Now it's almost impossible to get anybody committed anymore because there's almost no place for them. We need to reopen them. We need to make asylums great again. Yeah. MAGA Part 2. Make asylums great again. 100%. Sounds like a movie. Now, from the makers of MAGA 1. Come and Maha. Come MAGA 2.0. Make asylums great again. Coming to a Democrat city near you. With a lot of showtimes. I see where Stephen King is begging. Stephen King stepped in it. He spouted a blatant lie without looking at anything. Just showed, once again, his Trump hate. Led by blind hate, showing anybody that pays attention, facts do not matter. These people do not like facts. They don't care about facts. They hear something, they run with it. You morons, look it up before you say it. Then he's like, oh, oops. Then his movie is bombing. People are like, screw you. Oh, lords. The guy rode his scooter through the middle. Yeah, the guy rode the vigil, and they went and had a little, some people's knuckles wanted to say howdy to his face and see if they could find common ground. Hey, my knuckles found common ground with your cheek. And I'm sorry. We don't advocate violence. We advocate self-defense. And after what happened, the guy's running the scooter at you or yelling at you, you don't know if he's a nutter or not. I think if you're that ballsy, that's the left. The left is that mentally ill or arrogant that they've never faced consequences. So, now consequences. We had the fuck around section. We've done with the fuck around for 11 years now. Now the find out's coming in. Lots of people open their eyes since the coof. Yes, the COVID opened a lot of people's eyes, but even the last election opened people's eyes. I think this is opening people's eyes. I just hope we can get back to some more common sense. A little more awakening, a little more thoughtfulness, a little more caring about our fellow citizens, honestly. We need that. We need it badly. Now is not the time to bow down, 100%. In our country and in yours, Andrew, I agree 100%. And I am very proud of you guys over there who stood up and are taking your government in the UK to task and really doing a great job of it. I mean, damn. That is how you run a peaceful protest. 3+ million. Woo! Can you imagine the puckering going on in your government during that? I don't know. I'm worried they're going to fight back, Andrew. Because I'm not sure these people can afford to lose. They've done such horrendous stuff to your citizenry over there. I think they know if they lose, you guys are going to go in and jail them. You're going to jail them, boot them out of the country, something. They may fight back. Need a Don LaFontaine for that. No, but they cherry pick things he said. Though, yeah, okay, J&E, 100%. That's a good one. Yeah, they are cherry picking things, and they're taking little bits of what Charlie said. Like, oh, he hates black people. No, he never said that. Oh, he said black women don't have processing power. Go back and look at that whole clip. He told this one black, and I remember watching this video originally, not when they tried to prove they were lying about these lies. Telling this black lady, her children are a gift from God. They're a blessing from God. I never saw him say anything racist or hateful. People would cuss him, F that, F this, and he'd say, I love you, God bless you, have a good day. Rarely did you ever see him get truly mad. Once in a great while, but rarely. Media reported less than 100,000, Andrew? Whoa. Because even our honest media over here was saying over 3 million. And a lot of neutral sources say 3 million plus. It's like, some fake report of anti-Trump protest, 30 million people turned out. Wow. Yeah, I have no idea, Andrew. You got to watch the media. The media, you do not hate the media. And in your country, you also have a deep state in your government. All right, but let's talk about this a little bit, and then we'll be out of here in a while. And for anybody that hasn't, please pop the thumbs up. Welcomed on, oh, sorry. Oh, I am got me a person over on Rumble who says I'm being racist and lying. Zan, I'm going to say, I guess. Please tell me how I'm being racist and how I'm lying. You disagree? Come on down. You go to the front of the line. Let's chat. If you're still there. Sorry I haven't checked Rumble as well as I should. But let me know how I am being racist and lying. Let me know. I will check back with you in a minute here. But, hey, either way, thanks for stopping by. All right, and Rumble, I did post a link to the YouTube chat. Let's see. Media report. Okay. How can you not trust the BBC? Yeah. Whew. Nothing like government media agencies. They're having the same problem in Australia, too. Australia's governmental agencies. All right, I know how you guys are going to react to this. No Snoopy sightings, Jay Watterson. I think Snoopy's a late nighter. But I haven't seen Snoop in a while. All right, this is Trump designates Antifa as a terrorist organization. Yeah, okay. I'm saying personally, why didn't it happen earlier? Yes. They want, if the left wants to say the Proud Boys are a terrorist organization, I think Antifa is. I'm going to say 100%. And don't even give me, oh, it's just an idea. It's not an organization. If you have merch, you're an organization. You're selling merch. Yeah. Organization. That's it. You're not just an idea. Once again, just like with cancel culture, you're fine if you're removing Roseanne Barr, but my God, if it's Jimmy Kimmel. So let's look for a little bit of honesty here. Zan, I'm still waiting for you to answer me on Rumble there. I gave you some chances. If I'm lying and being racist, let me know how. If you're saying it's about Charlie Kirk that way, then prove it. All right. So what do you guys think? I think so. Legal expert note, this triggers federal investigation protocols for funding sources. Yes. Because you are setting up and paying for violence. Antifa is violent. And I don't want to hear any other person. I've argued on Facebook a lot with people on this. It's anti-fascist. We're the anti-fascists. You're the fascists. Then why is it everything you do is fascist? Do you know anything about fascists? Fascists are the ones that do this stuff to Charlie Kirk. Fascists are the ones who go after people for talking on ideas. Fascists are the ones trying to shut up the other people. Fascists are the ones who will threaten over speech. Fascists are the ones who don't like ideas other than their own. You can call yourself, I don't care, you can call yourself Heathcliff, but I'm sorry, if you look like Garfield, you're still Garfield. Screw that. I don't give a shit what you call yourself. You're fascists. And that's an old trope anyway. That's average Democrat right there. Democrats project. Yeah. So they know that who they're going up as the anti-fascists. They know they're the fascists. Yeah, don't even give me this crap about, but we call it anti-fascist. So what? I can take the Camaro off a Camaro and put it on a Mustang. It's still a Mustang because I wrote Camaro on it. Same damn thing. Put it in car lingo for car people. So yeah, I'm all for it. Advanced surveillance authorities, good. And potential asset freezes, damn good. Hey, let me ask you a question here. If you're just an idea, what assets do you have to freeze? You're selling merch. You are not just an idea. You are an organization. If you have assets that can be frozen, you're an organization. So we're just an idea. Screw you. Not happening. Civil liberties preparing constitutional challenges. DOJ timeline unclear. So, this is Donald Trump. I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designated Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. Oop. I will also be strongly recommending those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with highest legal standards and practices, including inciting violence. Done with this. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, God. I'm all for it. This took way too long. This should have happened a decade ago, but progress is progress. High five. Damn right. Damn right. But what do you guys think? I think damn right. Damn right. Yeah, American Explorer. Thank you, man. I tried. American Explorer's over on Rumble right now too, asking Zan09 whatever there how I was lying and being racist. So it was a Rumble drive-by. I got rumbled. So yeah, how am I being lying and racist? I'm just waiting. American Explorer gave a nice prod. Thank you very much, buddy. There. No, what the heck did I just do? Okay, there we go. Boink. Waiting. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think you're out damn time. Hey, let me ask the UK people in here. Do you guys have... I know Antifa... See, this is the other thing. People say Trump can do this because Antifa is in other countries. It's international, which actually gives him even more power against them. If they were just in our borders, it does cause a little bit of restriction. But since they are international, that actually gives him more freedom to call them an international terrorist organization. How big is Antifa a problem? You know, I think UK's got enough other problems right now. But how annoying or problematic did Antifa get in the UK? So I know they have some of them in BLM. I love the raised fist thing, which is communist. And they want to call themselves anti-fascist, not realizing their symbols they like to use are fascist. Oh, they attacked an RAF airbase. Oh, wow, that was them? I heard about that, but I didn't know that. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. At least YouTube isn't messing with your +1 subscriber. Yeah? Yeah, YouTube gave me a couple, then they took a couple back, then I gained another one. YouTube is being weird. All that emailing I did, arguing with them, when they admitted to me, well, I don't know, we don't really care for what you're saying. Like, dude, you're not supposed to do that. Section 230. They don't care. They're the ones that attacked that RF airbase. So, wow. Jay Watterson, damn right. Oh, sorry. I need to correct the record. Okay. Earlier I referred to Gran Turismo, that I meant to say Gran Torino. Sorry. Thank you for attention to this matter. My bad, because you did send me off on a video gaming thing during my rant, but yeah. Gran Torino, yeah. Dude, he's what, 95, 96 now, Eastwood. Oof. They are here. We have the same lefties you have turning up against hotels and illegals and stuff. Jeez Louise. They're like a cancer. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And I don't think these people are going to win in court. There's so much evidence of them being an actual organization. They like to decentralize and not put they all wear the same thing. And they all say, well, we don't have this. We have organizers. Same thing. You're leaders. They don't want to say somebody's a leader, then the leaders could be gone after and arrested. So they decentralize on purpose, and they all dress the same on purpose. Because, yeah, there's a leader there at almost every single protest. I don't care if you want to call it an organizer or your leader or whatever. There's a head person in charge. But they all dress the same and do this stuff to protect themselves. And then, oh, we're an idea. Screw you. There used to be an Antifa headquarters in North Bama. Whoa. Someone accidentally kept busting the windows out. Jay Waters, I believe prosecution for individuals will be problematic. Where I see it effective is following the money. Yes, agree. 100%, Jay Watterson. Money and investigations stemming from that. Yes, I agree. I think you're dead right. It will be problematic. There will be some people they can arrest and prosecute, some of the average foot soldiers, but I think you're right. I think you go after the funding. No more pallets of bricks showing up. No more, hey, look, all these free gas masks for idiots who don't work. Or the money that was in the ads going, hey, paid protesters. That was paying these people. Yeah, go after the money. 100%. You get the money out, and half these losers won't want to leave mommy's house and put down the dinty more to go out and do this. Of course, I think if we had people like we were talking about a little bit ago, going to malls and cruising and doing stuff, they'd have something in their lives. But they're bored. They're bored at home with all the TV shows they could ever watch, all the movies. They have everything, gaming online. They don't feel anything. They need to feel something, and going out causing damage and attacking people is the only way to feel. All right. Hey, Eva, have a good one. Jim, have a good one. Thank you very much, you cute couple, you. I'm glad you guys are still doing epic, and I saw your posts on your anniversary and stuff. But yeah, thank you for stopping in. Much appreciated. And I am trying to get back up to doing conversations on my Exploring with CF channel. Even if I'm not urban exploring, just do stuff non-political, non-religious type things. Something a little more upbeat. But I am working myself up to that. So, appreciate it. So, for those of you who do know that channel. Now, the person I'm missing tonight is Bunny. I would thought Buckle Bunny'd be in here. She's been traveling a lot lately doing stuff. So, yeah, she said she'd be kind of some insies, outsies, and moving and stuff. So, okay. Yeah, yep. Yes, thank you, Eva. Please hit that thumbs up, everybody. I'm trying to... I know I'm only on once in a while, but I'd still like to see if this would go anywhere. But even Gary Beekler on Neurotic said he feels bad for anybody trying to grow a YouTube channel now. Because when he started... And then when his channel got traction, it was much easier. Now it's insanely hard. I'm like, yeah, it is. I admit, tough topics, when me and my friends grew that, it grew to over 5,000 pretty well, pretty quickly. Exploring a CF hit, I think it's height 4,500. I'm not epic, but, and then my political channel, my last one, the Potato News Network, I had just hit 1,100, and then they me because of the J6 and threatened me. So it is tougher. I know I'm behind in the chat, guys. Let's see. All right, Jimmy, if you keep prosecuting them to try to dry up the money since George Jr. is spending money like Hunter. Yeah. Soros is spending shitloads because they don't have USAID now. So these leftists are depending on the rich donors, the billionaires class from their side. And it's a huge drain because some of those are even looking at having problems now because they are having to fund it all. There's no USAID flowing into it. All right. Let's see here. Catch up the chat a little bit. Have a blessed and wonderful week, everyone. Hey, Jim, you leaving too? Have a good one, buddy. Yes, I agree. Say a prayer, man, for Charlie's family. I mean, Jesus. That one's still, man, tell you what, he married right. That woman, the emotion, she held it together. The hurt and anger in her should have touched everybody. Worldwide, I'll bet there were more tears that night. Even men getting tears in their eyes watching that woman. Thinking, God, what if that was me and my wife was having to do this? The feeling, the emotion, the anger. Oh, it was rough. My wife had to get up and leave the room. So what is up? Great. All right, now I'm back, supposedly. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened there because Rumble never glitched. Yeah, so what happened just now is somebody at YouTube, I'll say it right out. Somebody at YouTube tried to take me down. Yep. Somebody at YouTube tried to take me down. They thought there was something and that's what happened last time. They said I was up to something. They said, oh, you're fine. Yeah. Right after I went and refreshed, then when it came back, right before I went to did it. I'd already hit the button. All right, well, we won't be on much longer. But, yeah, the ANTIFA's got to go. I'm all for it. I think he's going to win. I like these idiots answering, though. Okay, so being anti-fascist makes one a terrorist now. This experiment called America has officially failed. Trump announces he's designated Antifa as a major terrorist organization. Yeah, you're an idiot. You're a fascist. You can call yourself whatever. Once again, you can put Camaro on the side of a Mustang. It's still a Mustang. Stop it. Everything you guys stand for is fascist. Antifa thrives on fake oppression. By the time they got a taste of the real. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to type around my mic. Oops. Everything you do. Ha! Everything. There we go. Hey, everything you do is fascist. Ha! See if she calls me one. Oh, no. Did I get nixed again? Their logic is flawed, yeah. Okay, it's back for you, too. Yeah, the Rumble. Hey, to Rumble's, Rumble never went. Yeah, Rumble never went down. And our Explorer was over there going, nope. And he came over on the YouTube chat and checked. And, yeah, it was a YouTube problem. It wasn't my internet. I can't even blame my internet. So, yeah, okay. So, let me check. Yeah, YouTube's still good now. Okay. So, yeah, these people are stupid. I want it to go away. All right, let's do a little bit of happiness. Little quick things here, guys. Quick fire. Senate confirmed 48 Trump nominees in a single vote after rule change. You know what? I don't give a rat's ass. This should have been done a long time ago. We shouldn't be 8-9 months into Trump's presidency without having his cabinet nominees and everything done. This is stupid. This shows how bad our government is. You guys in the UK got problems. Well, guess what? Jeez. Hang on. Let me see what Jay Watterson posted. Okay, funding Antifa as well. Wow. Okay, Jay Watterson posted there, guys. check out that link once the stream is off here, and you guys actually bookmark it now. Open it up in another window, then come right back here, because that's freaky. But yeah, I'm glad they finally got this done. It should not have taken this long. Yeah, 100%. That's stupid. We've gone this long without half the people Trump wants even able to get in and do their jobs. And this right here is why we have a problem in America. You're going to tell me that everybody Trump appointed was evil? No. Party line vote. Party line vote. This is stupid. Until we stop this, until we get this party shit out, we're never going to fix our country or other countries. So stop voting by party. All right. Now, oh, they have had it with me. Excellent connection. Oof. They are big mad at me now. That is stupid. That's exactly what's going on. They're big mad. All right, let me see if I can get off for good on this one. Let's see if they kill me for good. If you are a C blank S and you won't date a trans, if you're cis and won't date a trans, folks, you're a trans waterphobic person. What is your response to this delusional? Let's see if I can get myself a real ending here.
And you won't date trans folks. You're transphobe.
Huh?
If you're cis and you won't date trans folks, you're transphobe. Now,
No.
if that made you mad,
Not
maybe
gay.
it's your prejudices that you need to probe.
No more probing. Don't
No
talk to me about
matter the
probing.
reasons you-
I don't want that person talking to me about probing. No probing, no probing, no probing. Ew.
God, you're reducing us to when we disrobe. And
Because that matters.
Ain't sophisticated. It's more like microbes. I know you think you've got good reasons, maybe you do. Trauma's
Then
really
discussion
hard
over.
to heal. I'd never say that that isn't true. But transphobia is transphobia, and you won't get a pass when we're through.
Through? You're talking about probing and through. Ew, 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 ew. Run, run.
We're human beings, not sex organs, cis lesbians. I'm talking to you.
Huh? See, this is the shit they're trying to say about the shooter. He's not gay. He's hetero because that person wants to be a This is the problem. Last thing I'll say on the Jimmy Kimmel thing for the night. This idiot here. Jimmy Kimmel Live pulled off the air. Why? Because he joked Kirk's killer might have been pro-Trump. That wasn't a joke. He stated it direct. It wasn't a joke. He's stirring up violence. Okay, let me see if I had one more in here. I thought I did. Oh, yeah. Are you scared of Sonic the Hedgehog here? God, I feel sorry for Sonic.
Hi, my name is Tempest. And if you don't want me to step on your toes, move your fucking feet.
Ooh, shake in fear, quiver in fright. Yeah, they're only brave when they're in groups or laying on a rooftop 70 yards away. Yeah, I said it. That's the only time they're brave. Ew! Yeah, that look, that'll stare you down. Well, unfortunately, no pierced nose, but at least the hair color and the snotty facial expression gave away what this person is, so run, men, run. Yeah, ooh, stare us down. Yeah. Okay, frightened. Trying to see if you guys will indulge me one thing here. One thing, then we'll go do a closer and get out of here. Dude, if you guys haven't seen this, this has to be the dumbest fucking thing ever come out of Montel Williams' mouth. Scott Jennings. The man is amazing over there. I don't know how they still let him on there because he owns them so often. First, the left tried to convince us the man who killed Charlie Kirk was a conservative. That failed. Now we're seeing multiple attempts to frame this as some transgender love story. Enough. It's time to accept the glaring truth that's staring you right in the face. This is, if you haven't seen this, Scott Jennings. If you don't watch enough Scott Jennings videos, you should. Man, oh man. He is taking the place of Jessica Tarloff on the 5, which wowed it, gut her. It's a saying, YouTube. Man, did he, if you didn't see that, let me know if you saw the Gutfeld where he went after Jessica Tarloff for her BS response on the Kirk shooting. If you have, let me know. Say Gutfeld in the chat if you've seen that clip. If not, maybe we'll do that one after this, but then we're going to be out of here. But man, I'll tell you, Scott Jennings just totally takes him down. I believe I got the right one here. I think so. Hang on here. You get the volume set for you guys.
Talk about a love-torn child, a kid. This is probably his first real relationship, and somebody was disparaging the person that he loved. He sat on that building for 30 minutes before he took the shot. Why did he wait until the first word trans came up? Then he took the shot.
You think he heard it? He could hear it?
I think he could hear it. I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally.
Guys,
that's stupid.
The evidence here is overwhelming. He said, Charlie Kirk, I can't stand this hate anymore. I'm going to take him out. The testimony from him and the statements of his family, he had become more left-wing. He etched the statements that are made by the left about Republicans and conservatives and Charlie Kirk fascist on the bullet casings.
He made a joke about it in his last text.
Well, it doesn't sound like a joke to me because someone's dead and about to be buried.
Boom!
So it doesn't sound like a joke.
That's it. He put a joke in it. Dude, he's dismissing that Scott's saying right there. He scribbled it into his bullets.
Republicans and conservatives and Charlie Kirk fascist on the bullet casings.
He made a joke about it in his last text.
Well, it doesn't sound like a joke to me because someone's dead and about to be buried.
Well,
so it doesn't sound like a joke to me. So I'm just telling you, there is an effort. There was an effort all weekend long on the left to try to make this guy sound like he was a conservative. That failed. That was passed around all over the weekend. That has now failed. The evidence has now come out. He was motivated by hate. He was motivated by left-wing radicalism. He got mixed up with some trans ideology in his life. We'll learn more about that, I'm sure, when more evidence and testimony comes out. We are looking around the edges of this for something other than what's staring us in the face. Left-wing radicalism got this kid. He went up to a roof and he murdered our friend, and that's what happened.
The mental gymnastics they've had to do to try to pin this on MAGA, the right, on anything but what it was, is crazy. This is why we have to be careful with other theories, because we cannot let them out of this. We cannot. They must legally pay for this. This has to be shown for what it is to everybody we can show it to. Yeah, Jennings, that is one of the biggest takedowns in TV history. And Montel's face, he knew he screwed up. That was poor choice. Let me see here. Last thing. Let's see. I don't know if you guys, I didn't see a lot of answers. I don't know. I always mess her name up. Is this the one? Oh, I think this is it. I don't know if this is going to be unedited, though, because Gutfeld cussed. He cussed twice on there. And for network TV, that's kind of not supposed to do, but I think this is the one. Oh, right here. Okay, here we go. I think this is if this is not the whole clip, I'll find it.
What about Melissa Hortman that we just talked
you want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name? No.
Hang on. Here we go.
You want to talk about Melissa Horseman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
She doesn't matter?
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is there was no demonization, amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her. The same. Now you could bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not bring up, for example, that was a pro-Palestine person. So don't use your. What about this? The fact of the matter is the both sides argument not only doesn't fly, we don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no cognitive dissonance on our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality, so you're coming up with these rationalizations like, what about this or what about that?
He actually went on, this is not the full one, he went on to say, you don't, instead of just saying it is what it is because you don't want to face that you are the bad guys. That you are not on the right side of history. I mean, holy crap. Jay Watterson, whataboutism can be good in certain limited times, but yeah, when that's all you have, and that's all the Democrats have had for a long time. I don't know if this is the whole, I was trying to find the whole, because at the end of it, he talked about how this is losing power on everybody, and how they're going to see, they don't want to mention what it really is, because they know they have to face that they're the bad guys. Let me see if this did have it. I don't know. I'll try it here near the end.
We're dealing with it. We're going to act. We don't care what the whataboutism is anymore. That shit's dead.
I couldn't agree more. I just
okay,
feel
he
like...
didn't finish it. Okay. The longer version says at the end he finished it. That's 4 minutes. Okay, maybe that's it. But yeah, the whataboutism is, yeah, Gutfeld is, man, do you really think that he actually likes Jessica Tarlov? I'm sorry, I don't normally want to. I think she's a piece of shit. She has said totally, provably dishonest things against Trump. She lied her butt off, my opinion, about Biden and the Democrats. And every time she get called, all she had is whataboutism. But I know what, I mean, in your opinion, guys, how do you feel about Jessica? Do you think she is that great? I don't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, American Explorer. Yeah, he's still gone. Bueller. I'm sorry. American Explorer's over there still trying to find our buddy Zan, who wanted to pop in and say some stuff, but not come back. But yeah, I think Gutfeld likes having her on the show to refute her. Yeah, but I think I've seen Gutfeld more truly angry. I mean, honestly angry. He's gone off. And there's times you can see he's getting red. Like about, making the whole riots thing. They attacked his neighborhood. He was in fear. People he knew got their houses destroyed. And she was saying, this is all made. No. That man gets truly angry at her. I mean, truly. But, yeah, and Jay Watterson, honestly, they need a Jessica Tarlov. You should always not have an echo chamber. And her and Scott Jennings definitely know they're going into the lion's den. So I'll give her credit for that. But, yeah, you need that. But it does help Gutfeld to have that. To have that crazy to bounce off of. It does help. Like, woof.
Why is only this happening on the left and not the right? That's all we need to know.
This is a longer version. I'll stop once in a while to play, but then we're going to head out after this, do a quick goodbye and head out. But this is just, he gets so angry at her. And this is real anger. If you watch him, anybody's paid attention to Gutfeld for a long time. When he's really angry, whoa, that little dude gets pissed. Dana Perino's the same way. She don't get angry at him. She's very calm and centered and tries to stay happy. But, man, you can see when she gets angry.
Yes, we don't need it. What is interesting here is why is only this happening on the left and not the right? That's all we need to know. There's absolutely no cognitive...
What about Melissa Hortman that we just talked
you want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know...
Sorry, guys. That's as loud as it goes. I got it cranked.
Her name before it happened. None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
Doesn't matter?
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is there was no demonization, amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her.
And after she died, did you see a shitload of right-leaning people come out going, ha, 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 ha. She deserved it. She got it. Yeah, ha, ha. And ha, ha, her family's going to be missing her. And, ooh, it's a good start. You didn't see any of that. And by the way, Gutfeld misses. The guy that did that was a lefty. They've tried gymnastics to say he's right. Bull. I still got the picture in my bookmarks. He's not right.
By somebody who knew her. The same. Now you could bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not bring up, for example, that was a pro-Palestine person. So don't use your. What about this? The fact of the matter is, the both sides argument not only doesn't fly. We don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no cognitive dissonance on our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality, so you're coming up with these rationalizations.
Not only do the beliefs not match reality, the Democrats are doing their best, the left in general is doing their best to change reality. The reality was clear on this shooter for a long time, and they still tried to twist it. They tried to change reality of the situation until even some Democrats are going, shut the fuck up. Stop it. But then they're trying to change reality with, it's MAGA. No. Oh, he's straight. No. I'm just saying, they try to change reality of it. Not that they don't face reality or anything. They try to make reality. Hey, Biden's fine. Trump bad.
It's like, what about this? Or what about that? We're not doing that because we saw it happen. We saw a young, bright man assassinated, and we know who did it. We are not coming up with rationalizations. We are calm. We are honest, and we are resolute. We're not defensive, and I understand the defensiveness. I understand why people are saying, what about this and what about this? Because if you have to face the underlying fact to this, your life is going to fall apart because you're going to realize you're not the good guys. If you sat around and you defended the mutilation of children, you're not the good guys. If you sat 600, 700 cases of harassment against Republicans and you said, but what about this? What about this? And then you see this murder after calling somebody a fascist, you realize maybe I'm not the good guy. That is a hell of a realization to deal with. So therefore, you have to grasp at rationalizations. You don't have to do that, Jessica. They do. I don't believe you're part of that group, but why the hell do you have to mimic and echo that crap to us? He was a patsy. That guy was a patsy. He was under the hypnotic spell of a direct-to-consumer nihilism.
The 11 years. Yeah, he's a patsy of the left, of the media, who, once again, this guy was 11 years old when this evil shit was driven into his head. From the age of 11 to 22. Your brain isn't even fully formed until 25. He's been driven this as his brain is trying to develop. Yeah, he is a victim in a way. And you're right. I have noticed after this assassination, businesses didn't have to board up. Yeah. You got a bad guy on the left, a drug addict, nutcase gets killed on the left. They rip up the whole country for a year. That's bullshit. It was an excuse. We all know it. That was the Democrat foot soldiers out there. So, yeah, but they did rip shit up. This guy, a beloved man, huge on the right and the center. He was pretty center if you really look at it. He wasn't super conservative. He would talk to anybody and meet and try to make common ground. Super one way or the other, don't do that. But yeah, there was no ripping stuff up. Nobody was worried about, oh my God, the country's going to burn, autonomous zones. None of that. None. Who's the violent ones? Remember, the crime stats. When anybody throws those bullshit crime stats and you go, yeah, I'll go look it up. They didn't include the whole Summer of Love riots. They didn't include the Washington, D.C. insurrection. They didn't include all the time somebody walked up and just popped somebody that had a Trump hat on, or all the violence and stabbings over Trump hats. Didn't include any of it. Bullshit statistics.
Trans cult, and you know that. If you can decide that biology is false, you can agree that murder is okay and that humanity is expendable. How you cannot see that alone and see that for what the evil it is without having to attach all of these other things is beyond me.
I just want to be clear, and I want to let people speak. I in no way intended it.
She almost cried there, dude. You back up a little bit, just a teeny bit. She was almost cry. He had her. And the thing is, I don't care. Everything she said, he was right. He nailed her and called her out for absolute, abject bullshit. She was trying to bend and change reality, just like all the other assholes out there on the left who did this. Just bend that reality and lie. She was trying, what about? And yeah,
in no way
bullshit.
Intended at all to minimize what happened to Charlie. I was horrified by it.
Well, you did.
I have not been on the five
but
since
the two
then.
sides argument, well, it's like pig Latin to a duck.
No, all that I was saying.
She is losing it. She's losing it. He almost put her in tears right there on camera.
The two sides argument, well, it's like pig Latin to a duck.
No, all that I was saying is could we have all of the information before you just say they did this?
We had it.
Because that is a broad brush to paint with this. And this kid
Let's have a conversation.
No.
Charlie had a conversation. He got shot. Look, I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You weren't here for a week. You came in here and it's cold. And I'm sorry, but this is a story that is immune to news cycles. It's immune to rationalizations. It's immune to bias. This thing is with us for good.
Yeah.
And we all have to deal with that. So that means we can't live by...
As bad as this is, I'll back up just a teeny bit, but as bad as this is, guys, this needs to stay with us for good. If this sits in people's minds, they see it in their visions or dreams, this maybe will stop it from happening again. Yes, we'll have those sick fucks out there celebrating this, and we need to open asylums. They all need to be in it. Every single one of them needs to be in an asylum. You are insane, you're criminal, you're too evil to be around us. My God, that's crazy. The fact that some of those people are teachers or nurses or doctors, screw that. That should be. That's why I say that everybody should see the video. Over 18. Everyone over 18 should see the video of the assassination. That can't be second place. Something you heard of, something you read, something you saw an image of. Something that horrid needs to be registered for good. The close-up is even worse. But I'll tell you what, I will never lose all the anger over it, and we shouldn't. It's got to stay fresh so we can maybe not have it happen again.
Good. And we all have to deal with that. So that means we can't live by the same arguments that you might be reading about relativism among the media. We can't deal with those stories. It doesn't matter. The media is dead to us on this story. They built this thing up. We're dealing with it. We're going to act. We don't care what the whataboutism is anymore. That shit's dead. Sorry. For the swearing as well. I apologize to the American public. I'm going to shut up for the rest of the show.
He was pissed. It was one of the best. That right there, I know the Jennings clip is amazing, but that might be Greg Gutfeld's best takedown. I mean, you talk about, that's Mortal Kombat, that's fatality. That is crazy. But yeah, you're right, Jim Rogerson. The assassination, no businesses boarded up, nobody burning down cities, nobody decimating and pillaging and handing out firearms and assaulting police and buildings, everything else. Weird how that works, isn't it? But remember, the right is the violent ones. Really? Even Crowder is only calling for hella violence in defense. Defensive violence. And he's pretty militant. So yeah. Come on, lefties. Show me. Show me the violence from I'm sorry, I was checking Rumble. See you guys over on Rumble, and we're still waiting for Zan to come back and back his comments up. Okay. And for anybody new on Rumble, I'll be getting off here soon, but that there's a link in the top there, right here. This is the YouTube chat in case you can't chat over here on Rumble. And you don't have to agree with me. I do say that just like Charlie Kirk, let's try to find common ground, but it doesn't always happen. But hey, feel free to stop in the chat as long as you can do it in good faith. All right, let me catch up with you guys here. The left is still spreading the propaganda that Kirk shooting Hortman's murder. But yeah, say it, roll the conservatives. They can't do it. I know they can try, but they aren't going to be able to change reality this time. Not even being in the middle of a Star Trek episode is going to get you that type of reality bending. It's insane. His family admits it. And they talk about how they saw it happening. His friends, someone's friends couldn't even be around him anymore. The transferee stuff. All the other texts and other emails and chats they found. No. They can try as much as they want. I don't think they can do that anymore. But it's the insanity that they're still trying. They can't face that they are the bad guys. Like Gutfeld said, they can't face that they are the bad. Like you guys said about the old meme. Oh, are we the baddies? Yeah, you are. And Hortman, by the way, I got the picture of Hortman. Let's see, it's in my bookmarks. Let's see where it is. Here, bookmarks. I kept it I think I kept it. I really do. Hang on here. Give me a sec. I keep stuff. Oh boy. I think I outran it. That was pretty good too. That's the Destiny stuff. I kept that. That jackass. Oh, Andrew Wilson owned him. If I had more time. All right here. Look at this. To all Democrats, trolls, and buffoons claiming Lance Bolter was a Republican. Your gaslighting isn't working. You're the party of violence and terrorism. Yeah, there he is wearing a lefty resist shirt with I think, therefore I am Democrat. Yeah. There are other images of this guy at lefty events. That is a lefty shirt. Yeah. Try again. And then, yeah. Notice the point with Lance Bolter. Tim Walz. He blamed Tim Walz for some bad decisions in his own manifesto, and he had tons of leftist propaganda in his vehicle. Not right-leaning, leftist. This was a Democrat who went wacko. Yeah, that ain't MAGA gear. That's the uniform of unhinged left. He's not one of us. He's one of your own. So, yeah, this has been boomed, too. Big time. Big time. That's just done. Done with that. But yes. All right, guys. I thank you guys for coming in. I know this stream went a little longer than I wanted, but that's me. You guys know how I am. Jay Watterson, thank you very much for the email, for the comments. And that's why I got back to you and said, yes, I am planning on streaming. For the few of you left, please hit thumbs up whether you're on YouTube or Rumble. 240 is about enough tonight. I'm out of ass. Unless we really want to go into the Destiny thing, I need to get out of here. I'd like to talk to my wife a little bit tonight. So thank you very much, American Explorer, for holding down the Rumble chat and for trying to get Zan to come back. Thank you, everybody in Rumble, for stopping in. Jay Watterson, all the rest of you guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in, and I am going to try to stream more and earlier, as long as it seems like, boy, every time I did earlier before, we'll see how this stream does. Because all my later streams got my bigger numbers. My earlier streams got blah. So we'll see what happens. Maybe YouTube. We already know YouTube tried to take me down. I'll say it. Nothing glitched. I didn't hear my wife say, oh, what the hell, about her internet upstairs. She's watching something on TV. Rumble did fine. YouTube was in and out because YouTube was doing something. All right, guys. Stay safe. American Explorer, thank you very much. Jay Watterson. Andrew. Urbexy. Jim Patterson. Let's see if I missed anybody. Jimmy. And anybody else, thank you for stopping in. And I will talk to you hopefully within the next 48 hours. And I'm going to try to do even some streams for reacting to videos. Because my wife's always said I'm a good reaction person. She likes my reacting to stuff. Well, thank you, American Explorer. And guys, keep your eyes open. For those of you who did follow my Exploring with CF channel back in the day, I am going to try to get over there and just have some fun, more fun, friendly, less heated chats. How's that? So I am trying to get back over there. All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you very much. Be safe. And honestly, don't let these people walk away and obfuscate. Keep thinking about it. Keep what happened to Charlie Kirk in your head. In this case, to quote another great YouTuber, Doomcock, Overlord DVD, take a look at it. Stay angry, guys. This is one time we need to stay angry. We've turned the other cheek too often. Way too often. So let me pull me here real quick. Boom. But yeah, we've turned the other cheek way too often. Way too often. It's time to stay angry. We need to. And I hope that Charlie Kirk and his family stick with us. That pain, that suffering, it needs to stick with us. All right, guys. Have a good one. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you later. And all I can say is I don't know what's a good wish to say goodbye. Wishing good wishes on you and God bless and whatever else. But have a good one and be safe, everybody.